Up front, you imagine you're going to dominate the line of scrimmage on Friday?
That's the plan. I mean, you got a bunch of big guys like that. All you want to do is just run the ball. But hey, we're going to do what our coaches tell us to do, and we're going to do it to our best potential.
The linemen from all the schools, it's a lot different because I go to a smaller school, so like our linemen aren't that big, and here they're all huge, so it's different.
So do you feel like you have to come out and show out for the small schools here in the Ashland area on Friday night?
A little bit, but honestly, I feel like it's just more to have fun and play football again, so I don't think it really matters either way.
On Friday night, anything in particular that you're trying to accomplish in the game?
If there's an MVP award, I want it.
We're giving away 2 MVP awards for offense and defense on the live stream, so you could go after both, I guess.
Ooh, I mean, I'm not going to say no. I love opportunities.
Just go out there and have a good time. I'm not looking to do anything serious. Just have fun with the guys one more time.
I just want to have some fun, play hard, play fast, and I want to give the fans one more show. It's the last time my family's going to be able to see me, so I hope to give them something special to have a last impression.
Just get back in the backfield, get some sacks once again.
Any of your new teammates that you guys have kind of already clicked here in the first couple of days?
Oh yeah, it's a great group of guys out here. I mean, we feel we have a good connection so far, so it'll be fun to see how we turn out.
How much emphasis you putting on getting that dub on Friday?
A lot. Winning is everything.
I mean, I guess the South was talking because like the past 5 years, they talking about they beat the North. North is not good, so we're going to hopefully come out and put it on them Friday.
And I heard maybe on social media that the South's been kind of popping off, saying you guys maybe don't got a shot. How do you feel about that?
Well, first off, I'm from like mid-Ohio, so it's different here. But honestly, I mean, we got a lot of talent here, so I mean, it's going to be a good game. And I'm back, so we're going to win, obviously. So you know how it's going to go.
For the North side, having some South side winning most of the times, getting North side some wins will be pretty good.
What about this team and your guys' roster do you think is going to lead to a victory on Friday?
I feel like our O-line, because we got some big guys on the O-line.
Yeah, you really do. You think that's going to be the strength overall of this team, is just winning the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, I feel like if we hit them a couple times, we can win it.
So there you have it, both the North and South All-Stars, and I love some of the gamesmanship, Effie. You know, these kids talking about the fact that they want to come out here, they want to win, they want to put on some big hits. I mean, it's just an exhibition. Yeah. You know, maybe some of their friends are on the other side, but they don't care, man. They want to lay it out all on the line in their final high school game.
No, they recognize what it is. It's a show, and but it's also a football game. And, you know, a lot of things are loosened in an all-star game, and that's what makes it really fun. There's a lot of looseness, and I don't know why, but the thing about putting another team's decal on my helmet, like, was really – I don't know why that was fun to me, but I really thought that was fun, you know, and I remember having those decals on my helmet, and it was just a form of camaraderie for the team. So this is going to be a fun night.
And we are just a few minutes away from opening kickoff here between the North and South squad. But first, we'll honor America with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. So we have honored America, and I see that the South All-Stars are out here. The North hasn't even taken the field yet, Effie. The South has had the run of play the last several years. They're on the win streak. Maybe the North a little bit intimidated. Don't want to step out here just yet.
Right. It has been like a really long time. This has kind of been I don't know how that figures to happen with these teams, but it has been a winning streak to say the least.
There they are. I mean, they're waiting there in the tunnel. Maybe they just want to make a big, grand entrance, put a little bit of fear in the heart of their opponent. And here are the starting lineups for tonight. The North won the toss. They elected to receive. And, you know, a lot of big boys out there, Effie, a lot of battles in the trenches. And I'm actually more looking forward to than the skill kids getting the opportunity to meet these guys. I mean, there are some big top-level athletes out there that are going to be lining up and going head-to-head.
Well, in an all-star game, that kind of gets lost. The big guys kind of get lost, but all the fancy trick plays and all the interesting little things we'll see tonight won't be possible if those big boys aren't being able to block and do their job up front. So it's important for the flash and all the big plays to be seen, but the substance of the game is going to happen in the trenches.
And you might notice that the quarterback not listed on there, that's because Scott Spittler making it unknown. A little bit of gamesmanship, even in an exhibition like this.
Right.
Coach Spittler trying to get any advantage he can.
Absolutely. No film work, no film study against their QB.
And here's on the other side, and hey, we do know that Ross Kuhn is going to be the starting quarterback for the North All-Stars here tonight. He's got a nice allotment of weapons to go along with him. Ethan Phillips really stands out to me. Got to play a little quarterback myself over at their practice. This kid from Norwalk, he can really go up and get it. Looking forward to watching him play tonight. But again, I think it's the big boys for the North that could make the difference if they're able to pull off the upset, if you will, and get the dub.
Yeah, tremendous size for both teams, but particularly the North. They have got some real size up front, and it will be interesting to see that battle in the trenches as it goes on throughout the evening.
So as we see the players running out onto the field, let's go ahead and have them introduce themselves to you right now.
What's up, everybody? Dustin Brady here, quarterback from Woodford High School.
I'm Ross Kuhn. I play quarterback and DB, and I'm from Crestview High School.
Ethan Phillips. I'm from Norwalk, Ohio, and I play free safety and wide receiver.
Jackson Harris. I go to Columbia Wolf. I graduated from Columbia High School. Play kick returner, punt returner, safety, slot receiver, running back.
Nick Cipher. I go to Tiffany Calvert, and I'll play receiver and DB.
Kenny Cathy. I go to New England High School. I play slot, running back, safety. Pretty much just an athlete.
Tommy Carpenter from Ashland High School. I play receiver and corner.
Chase Dillo. I'm from Ashland, and I'm going to be playing free safety and wide receiver.
Ethan Hartley. I'm from Ashland High School, and I play slot receiver and running back.
Jaden Jones. I'm from Ashland High School, and I'm a slot receiver / outside linebacker.
Brock Ferris. I go to Sankey's High School, and I'm a DN and outside receiver.
Ryan Ramey from Mapleton High School. I play outside linebacker and running back.
Nate Barrett. I go to Madison High School, and I play linebacker.
Landon Redmond from Hillsdale High School, and I'm playing linebacker.
Carson Ingram. I'm from Shelby High School, and I play inside linebacker.
Quinton Ronsky, and I'm representing Calvert High School, and I play kicker.
Cameron Walter with the Shelby High School, and I play left tackle, guard, and center, and D-tackle.
Michael McDowell. I go to Tiffany Columbian. I play left guard, right tackle, and nose tackle.
Christian Garrish. I'm from Ashland High School. I play D-tackle and offensive guard.
Jake Eldridge. I'm from Shelby, and I play center and right tackle.
Hi, I'm from Cyrus High School. My name's Josh Bantek. I play offensive line and defensive line.
Isaiah Rebecca Morris, Madison Comprehensive High School tackle.
So there are the players from the North All-Stars tonight. Let's now get introduced to the South.
Wilson Frankhouse. I'm from Gallion High School, and I play quarterback and DB.
Aiden Morris. I go to Marion Harding, and I play defensive back.
All right, I'm Cooper Graham. I go to River Valley. I'm going to be playing linebacker.
Tristan Cross. I go to Colonel Crawford, and I will be playing tailback on Friday.
Braden Montgomery. I go to Clear Fork High School. I'm offensive guard.
Wayne Harper. I go to Lucas, and I'm going to be playing linebacker.
My name is Dylan Scott. I'm representing Ontario High School, and I play running back and corner, but I'm playing corner this time.
Tucker Nolan, Lucas, tackle.
Ethan Wallace. I go to Lucas. I play fullback and outside linebacker.
Christian Robinette. I'm representing Gallion High School, and I'm playing O-line, D-line, just about anywhere on there.
Dominic Pittman. I'm representing Galleon High School, and I'm the kicker.
Ashton Lyon, representing Covert High School. I'm our kick returner, punt returner, wide receiver, and safety.
Bruce Swainhart from Clear Fork High School, and I'm playing D tackle and offensive tackle.
Brady Tedrow from Clear Fork High School, and I play running back and DB.
Ethan Sauter, Lucas High School, and running back DB.
Braden Stutz from Lexington, and I'm playing corner.
Logan Huffman, I am representing Loudonville, Ohio, and I'm punter and free safety.
Alexander Harkness, I'm representing Lexington High School, and I'm playing linebacker.
Harvey Andrich from Elgin High School, and I'm playing tight end.
Jason Hines, and I'm from Elgin High School, and I'm playing O-line, D-line.
Calvin Reed, I go to Crestline High School, and I'm playing wide receiver.
Evan Craig from Marion Harding, and I'm playing defensive end.
Camden Webb, representing Lucas High School, playing center.
Chase Walker from Colonel Crawford, and I'm a D-line.
So there are some pretty sweet introductions, if I may say. All hail to our maestro, Adam Thompson, for putting those together for us. And, you know, I think just a cool experience actually for us to be able to drop by practice, be able to talk to all the kids, make them feel like all-stars, Effie. I feel like we did a pretty good job of that. And I think these kids also enjoyed it a little bit. They allowed us to jump into some competitions. And Travis, myself, Garrett and Storm had to find out the hard way that sometimes you got to find out really where you're at in life.
Right.
We are no all-stars.
Right. Everybody needs that reminder every now and again, just where you are in life. But you guys look like you guys had a ball, man. Had a great time.
Yeah, we were excited just to be included in their reindeer games, if you will. So shout out to both the North and South and their coaching staffs for allowing us to come by, eat up some of their time, and have some fun with them. I'd like to take a quick second and thank all of our sponsors for tonight's game that are allowing us to bring it to you live and free, including Simonson Construction, where vision becomes reality for your construction projects. Start yours at simonsonconstruction.com. Deer Ridge Golf Course and the Black Dog Tavern. Schedule a tee time online at deerridgegc.com. And why should girls have all the fun? Treat Dad to a little bro talks this Father's Day. Beyond Aesthetics is offering special pricing now through June 30th for all men because there's no gym for fine lines and wrinkles. Come see them at Beyond Aesthetics on Park Ave in Mansfield. And tonight's Offensive Player of the Game will be brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. The defensive MVP will be presented by Sutton Bank. You ever think about getting a little bro talks, F?
You know, I don't think I've thought about having that experience. It doesn't seem pleasant to me, but I'm to each his own.
No doubt. We don't all stay super sexy our whole lives without a little bit of help, I'd say.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe for Father's Day, I'll treat myself to some bro talks.
Right.
We'll see.
We'll see if my daughters pick me up a gift card or something like that. We'll see.
Why not? So the South All-Stars are going to kick it away here to start tonight's contest. And, man, look at those hog mollies back deep to receive here, Effie.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
A lot of big bodies. Looks like back deep here for the North squad. We've got Michael McDowell from Tiffin Columbian.
6'3", 330.
Whoo. And then flanked out next to him, how about Camden Walter from Shelby? 6'3", 300.
Good luck bringing them down.
Might be a good time for a little pooch kick here.
Right. They look like they're ready too, Brian. I think they really want to get their hands on this football.
They don't get to touch the ball a whole lot, of course, and we'll show you guys at halftime. We also did a little challenge with the linemen where they got to put together their favorite end zone celebration. So perhaps a little foreshadowing, Effie, if they can get in the end zone here, they'll be prepared.
Right.
And here is the kick. It is deep, and it's going to, unfortunately, it's going to skip back into the field of play, and here we go. Walter is going to take it out to about the 8-yard line.
Dream fulfilled. That's all he wanted. Get his hands on that football.
And so from the 7-yard line is where the North is going to set up shop.
You know, and that's just a part of the fun. That's a part of tonight, Brian. It's about letting these kids have some fun, experience some things they never would normally do in a high school football game. I absolutely love when coaches become a part of the fun. Sometimes coaches can get starch in these all-star games, but it's nice to see these coaches having a little fun themselves with this game.
So we will get our last look at Ross Kuhn, the standout from Crestview High School under center. He's going to be moving on to the next level to do some cross-country and track. So Ross told us he's pretty excited, man, to get out here and sling it one last time. Pretty good player.
Great athlete, Kuhn is for Crestview this year, multi-sport guy, and you know, as you can see from the pregame interview, just loves to have fun with the game.
Just going to keep it on the ground here on first down. Not a whole lot there in between the tackles. Minimal gain for Briar Ramey of Mapleton.
You know, and that's the thing about these games. You have to, you know, you do have to run the ball. Everybody wants to see you throw it all over the field, but it's nice to have the running backs get a couple carries here and there, especially these guys. These are some of the best running backs in this area, so it's great for them to get their hands on the football as well.
And especially with the Ashland staff, of course, they like to spread it out, sling it around, and here they go on second down. That one's going to fall incomplete, though. Kuhn thrown into double coverage over on the far side of the field.
Well, I know Coach Cedar and his staff are loving having a kid like Kuhn play quarterback for him. He fits probably right into their offensive scheme. So it's got to be fun to have that type of quarterback playing in this all-star game for him.
Quickly, it's third down here for the North. Going to come out 4 wide, 3 here to the near side. Brock Ferris of Seneca East, the man closest to us, as Kuhn's going to get flushed, put it up. It's going to be tipped in and out of the hands there of Jaden Jones of Ashland, and that brings up fourth down.
Well, that was a great example of the athleticism of the quarterback Kuhn there. He got outside the pocket and really, I thought, put a really nice pass on the numbers there. Just wasn't able to bring that in, bring it up fourth down.
So it's a 3 and out for the North squad. South expecting to get some quality field position here. Ashton Lyon playing here on his home surface. Back deep to receive the punt along with Caden Morris of Marion Harding. And it's going to be Morris taking it from about the 44. Little stutter step. Got some blocks. It's Foreman in front of him. He's inside the 15 before he's drugged down. It's going to be excellent field position here for the South.
Well, that is a great run by Morris. He followed his blockers and was able to turn on the speed there on the corner once he saw that there was no one there. And that's one of the things, too, about the All-Star game. You don't get a whole lot of time to practice special teams or punt coverage. So there's going to be opportunities in the special teams for both teams, actually. But he sets up the South squad right in great field possession down at the 12-yard line.
And so the mystery is a mystery no more. Wilson Frankhouse of Gallion is going to get the start at QB here tonight. He's going to be joined in the backfield here on first down by Lucas fullback Ethan Wallace. 3 receivers here to the near side. Man comes in motion. That's Tristan Cross. Frankhouse rolling right, throwing right. He's got a man, but it's dropped. Ethan Sauter could have had himself a tutty there, but just in and out of the hands. Would have been a tough catch.
Yeah, what I thought was a decent throw. The only place it could be would have been had to be a great catch right there at the sticks, but just couldn't bring it in. But that was a great pass right out of the gate there for Frankhouse on the short rollout. Really, again, showing his skill and athleticism at quarterback, being a dual threat guy.
Jackson Harris of Columbian with the coverage there helped disrupt it. On second down, they'll keep it on the ground. Here's Cross from Colonel Crawford. And what a bulldozer this kid is. Absolutely. 220 pounds at 6'2".
Yeah, Tristan Cross, you don't want to tackle him in the hole. I mean, he comes through. He runs like a linebacker. He runs behind his shoulder pads and falls forward. That's a great run by the running back from Colonel Crawford.
Didn't have much. Average 8.2 yards per carry during his senior season. Over 1,400 yards for him. 21 touchdowns as well. All of those led the Northern 10 Conference. And here on third down, Sauter comes in motion. He's got the give. Shakes off the first would-be tackler, but there's 3 red jerseys there to plant him right back at about the 12-yard line.
That was a great play by Ashland's Christian Garish, the defensive tackle. He broke that thing up right from the beginning, got in the backfield, and really snuffed that play out early. So great defensive play, bringing up a 4th down.
And it's decision time now for the South squad and head coach Scott Spittler and his staff. Looks like they're going to elect to kick it, and probably a wise decision. Dominic Pittman, one of the best kickers, maybe you could argue the best kicker in North Central Ohio. And it is up. It is true. That's a kid that I dueled with a couple of days ago, Effie, and boy, oh boy, did I really overvalue myself as a kicker. I thought a 10, 15-yarder, no problem.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, right is right.
No, that is one of the most undervalued skills in the game is place kicking and field goal kicking and things like that. I'm always in awe, especially when I see young kids able to do it consistently. And you know, that certainly, you can tell he's got great form. That kick there would have been good from 40 yards. He's got great form, great kick. But like we said, we're here with the best players in this area. Everybody out here is going to be one of the best at their position. So that's what makes it so fun, so cool to watch.
So the South strikes first. The North coming out with a little bit more conventional look here with the return club. About 600 less pounds back to return. Deep man is going to be Ethan Phillips of Norwalk, who I was applauding. He was part of my winning team in the quarterback challenge, and him and the rest of the squad that we had, boy, do they have a story to tell of our Dairy Queen adventure that we had after the game. Let's just say that ice cream cake and plastic forks just don't mix, Effie. We'll just leave it right there.
Well, I think I know that from experience, but.
Yeah, we needed a veteran like you to kind of fill us in.
Right.
Not the best choice. Phillips, maybe not the best choice there to bring it out of the end zone. Again, they're going to be backed up here on offense, are the kids in red jerseys.
And that's really good kickoff coverage for a group that hasn't really worked on it a whole lot. They got down there in a hurry, did the kickoff team, and they were able to corral what is a really good athlete and, again, back them up inside their own 20-yard line.
Looks like Kuhn is going to maintain the quarterback duties here for the second drive. Got him spread out, straight back, clean pocket. Ross tosses it out here to the near side, and it's going to be a decent little gainer. Ethan Hartley, boy, he's a specialist too, doing exactly that. Just a really skilled utility type of player, great hands out of the backfield.
Yeah, and you can tell that's Ashland's. That's an Ashland concept. That's a smash route. The outside receiver ran a seam, and they swung the back out of the backfield. Kuhn made a really easy read. The corner backed off. He just swung it out to his back out of the backfield. So for a nice gain. So you can tell the Ashland concepts, offensive concepts in this game here.
So a little bit of easy money there on first down. 7-yard pickup makes it second and short. 2 back set here. Kuhn going to turn, air it out to one of them. And it's not going to go very far. Alexander Harkness of Lexington coming up to make a big pop.
Yeah, again, they saw something that they liked with that swing route, but this time played it much better by Harkness that time. He stuck to his responsibility and made a great tackle there in the open field.
It was Hartley again with the catch. He was over 1,200 total yards last season, 12 touchdowns for the Ashland senior, and heck of a run they had in the state tournament, getting all the way to the regional semifinals. As it's third down again, North looking to avoid their second straight 3 and out. Kuhn steps up, he's flushed. He's going to have it and more. Ross Kuhn out to about the 30-yard line, and they will move the sticks.
Well, again, I would venture to say that may have been a run all the way. I know it looked past, but I think Ross Kuhn said, I'm not going 3 and out again on this series. In an All-Star game, you don't know how much you're going to play, so he wanted to extend this drive, and you could see it in his face right away. He wanted to get that first down. Great run.
The Firelands Conference Offensive Player of the Year was Kuhn, and we covered every single one of his games, and he was sharp, man. What I like most about him is that he almost never throws the ball into a bad situation for his wideout. Only 5 interceptions to 18 touchdowns on the year, but they keep it on the ground here on first down and trucking forward. It's Hartley again.
Well, that's a nice pickup by Hartley there, about a 6-yard gain there, and that's what you need as a quarterback. Even in an all-star game, you get into manageable situations. Now they got a 2nd and short here. The playbook is wide open for Coach Cedar and his staff, and this is a place where you can really showcase your strong arm quarterback. Or you can keep it on the ground.
Yep, or that. How about Jaden Jones, another Ashland product? And he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. So it'll be 3rd and short coming up for the North.
Well, one thing I'm noticing here too, Brian, we talked about how the interior linemen are going to play a big role in this game. It's really looking like the North squad, their O-line is really now starting to come off the ball. They've gotten away from, they're not backed up on their own side anymore, so they're really coming off the ball here, establishing themselves up front.
They're going to throw it, though, on 3rd and short up top, and Kuhn completes. It's going to be a first down brought in by Kenyon Cathy. Nice snag by the New London kid.
Yeah, great job going up, high pointing the football, coming down with it. That is a great catch for a first down.
When I got a chance to meet Kenyon the other day at practice, I just liked his swagger and his mentality. He's one of those little guys, but he's like a bulldog, Effie. You know, he's just always calling for the ball, always thinks he's open. He's one of those kind of personalities.
He's one of those. He's a regular receiver.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Right.
Kuhn back to throw again, swings it out. A lot of space in front of Jaden Jones to the 20, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Finally chased down by Harkness. But that's the biggest gain of the night by a long shot.
Yeah, that is, once again, you could see the Ashland concepts coming into play here. They ran a double slant inside, pulled the safety inside, and ran a guy on the swing pass, and Kuhn hit him right on the money so he can catch it and run. Beautiful play.
And nice protection. The linemen doing a great job, and boy, what an accomplished group.
Yes.
A lot of All-Ohioans out there, first-team All-League participants as well. As Kuhn makes something happen, he throws it into coverage. Touchdown, North! And a little backflip for the icing on the cake from Phillips.
Ethan Phillips, an awesome catch in the end zone. He caught that ball. I think he was falling down, and that ball still hit him right in the chest. But watch this, though, Brian. That's athleticism.
You know the celebration's good when we go to the replay, and it's just that. Oh, but wait a minute. Hold your horses. A hanky is on the field, and it may not stand.
That.
Say it ain't so.
Don't do that.
And I bet for Ethan, this is bringing back nightmares. His last game at Ashland in the playoffs, he had not one, but 2 big touchdowns taken off the board due to penalty. Ended up costing him the win. And nobody, I think even South fans are like, boo to that one.
Right. Who throws a flag?
All right. But let's just see it one more time on our Deer Ridge Golf Course replay, shall we? Good-looking backflip. So the North is going to back up now, first down and 22 from the 33-yard line. Ross got a man a little underthrown, but still caught. What a grab right there. Brought in by Hartley out of the backfield.
No, Ethan Hartley he's a kid from Ashland again who was wide open, and I know Kuhn wants that throw back, because if he'd have laid that out a little bit more, he'd have walked into the end zone. But a great adjustment to the football, came back, grabbed it, sets his team up in great position inside the 4-yard line.
And it will move the sticks, so first down and goal from the 3. Hartley, the lone man in the backfield next to Ross. He'll get the give, and looks like he's broken the plane for a touchdown. Let me check. There are no flags on the field this time. But no backflip either.
Right. But again, Brian, we talked about now it seems like this offensive line, which is massive, by the way, is starting to exert itself and establish dominance on that front line. And that's why the North squad that time was able to run the ball at will, also complete some passes. So the O-line is doing a great job, at least on that drive, and got their team into the end zone and on the board.
So Ethan Hartley with the first touchdown of the night. And the PAT is pure. Kick good by Quentin Skowronski. Probably a long-lost cousin of mine.
Right.
Have to reconnect after the game, buddy.
Right.
And you mentioned it about the offensive line. Talking about a first-team All-Ohio selection and Michael McDowell up there. Jake Beaver from Ashland, also a first-team All-Conference selection. Camden Walter from Shelby, one of the biggest, meanest dudes that I've personally ever met. But just on the football field, he's a sweetheart off. But, boy, when he gets out there, he's rough and tumble. First-team All-MOAC selection. Same with his teammate, Jacob Eldridge. So, I mean, there's some dudes out there that are pretty accomplished.
Yeah, I'm sure he likes you calling him a sweetheart on live here. But, yeah, you're right, and they're showing it here. They're being really physical up front now. And the one thing about offensive line play, and that's why I love offensive line play, is because once they start coming together, it's like a single unit, and right now that's what they're doing, and the coaches keep the concept simple for those guys up front so they can come off the ball, and then they can just dominate. They can show their size. Like you said, they're a couple of all-state guys. And you can dominate a game up front, and then you can see all the flash and great pass plays and runs. But without those guys, those things don't happen. So kudos to that offensive line, that drive. They really dominated from that entire drive to me.
And just us on the OH report, the crew going out and meeting both of these teams, we had a little discussion about, who do you think is going to win and this and that. And I said, it's going to be real hard, I think, for the South to get any kind of pressure. The fact that you're not allowed to blitz in this game against them guys up front, they did their thing right there on that drive.
Right. And then the thing is, even with the little pressure you do get, Kuhn is such an athlete, he can make you pay with his legs also. So
it's a squib kick, touched by Cross. He's able to scoop it up, though. Got a couple of blocks, cuts back inside, and looks like the South's going to start with it from the 24-yard line.
South got some decent field position right now. It's important for them here as we wind down here in the first quarter. They want to get something established as well. And I know their offensive line, they want to start coming off the ball. They want to get a drive going here. And I'm sure that's what Coach Spittler would like to see, especially the Lucas coaching staff. They're all about driving the football. So what they would like to see more than anything is a nice drive on this series.
They've got a new quarterback into the mix. It's going to be Ethan Snyder. On first down, they bring a man in motion. It's Ethan Sauter. And the Ethan-to-Ethan connection works as it gets him about 8.5 yards on the gain.
Nice play there on the perimeter. Get Sauter outside on the perimeter. Try to stretch this defense from side to side and able to get a nice gain on first down.
And depending on how they elect to line up here with Sauter in the game and along with Wallace and now Snyder, they can have 3 Ethans in the backfield.
Right.
Well, here's a toss to Brady Tedrow. Of course, a Clear Fork favorite. It looked like it was going to be a design pass, but then Brady just elected to take off, and wise decision. They're going to move the chains.
But again, another really good athlete, one of my favorite players. The few times we came down and saw Clear Fork, I absolutely love this kid. He can play, he can throw the football, run the football, and then he'll flip on the other side and make plays. He is the ultimate football player. I love watching this kid play, and he was able to get the ball in his hands and get his team the first down.
just blasphemous. This kid was a second-team MOAC selection.
Right.
I know there's a lot of good players out there, but for all the reasons that you mentioned, I mean, Brady, I think his last game, had 273 rush yards in the playoffs.
He is a flat-out star.
Something like that.
He is a flat-out star.
Snyder looks left, comes back right, and that's going to be Ashton Lyon going up top, pulling it down. I don't think it was intended for him, but worked out. Lyon, an All-Ohio selection back in 2019. First team MOAC pick in 2020 on the defensive side of the ball.
You know, it's interesting, though, to watch these teams, but you can see the personality of their head coaches in their offensive scheme and what they're doing. Little pop pass there, which is a staple of Lucas football to go along with running the football. They'll throw a little hot pass just to loosen up the defense.
And here is Lyon taking it left side for a decent gainer. Make it 3rd down and short coming up for the South.
Yeah, at this point in the game, we're down to almost 3.5 minutes in the first quarter. Now the kids are really getting into the game and recognizing, you know, it's a football game. You know, I remember thinking, like, the first few snaps it was just a show, but after you start playing for a while, it's a football game. And now we got to play. Now we got to win. And, you know, you see a kid like Lyon who fits in. He's got tremendous skill. He can catch the football and run the football. So he's a great weapon for this South squad.
Snyder up the middle, dragging tacklers out across midfield. Fresh set of downs coming up as he's out to the 49-yard line.
Ethan Snyder, a great move there in the hole. He was stuck for about a 2-yard gain, but he made a great move, stepped outside of that tackle, and fell forward for another 3 or 4 yards to get the first down.
And what a senior season for Ethan Snyder. I think he broke every school record that Ontario had at the quarterback position.
Right.
In a shortened season as well. Tedrow in motion, fake to him, Snyder going left, big hole, flag comes in as he breaks away. Cuts back inside, got some extra yardage, but I think this baby's coming back.
Again, just showing that athleticism and from the quarterback position on both sides. Great athleticism, and these are not guys you can just run up and you've got to break down and use great technique to get these guys on the ground. They've got great athleticism on the perimeter.
It is a holding call, and it's going to wipe out that nice long run there by Snyder. Was able to lead Ontario to their first playoff win. Boy, I forget. I think it was like the early 2000s, something like that.
Right. Special season for the Warriors, and you know, quarterback play is always a big part of it. But this year, this young man really stepped up and led his team to those wins. Done a great job this season for the Warriors.
He's got a complete now here. Near side, Carter Andrick spinning away from some defenders. Got about 5 extra yards out of it, too.
Great catch and run after the catch for Eldridge there. He could have just walked out of bounds, but he wanted more. Takes a little bit of a shot here. Whoop, spins off of it. Looking for more. Great run. Carter Eldridge from Elgin High School.
He was one of the few kids that I talked to where I said, you know, you've been going against these guys your whole career and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I actually don't know a lot of these guys.
Right.
Unfortunately, we play a schedule where we don't get to play a lot of these area schools, but included in the mix and making a big difference right there on that last play.
Right.
Tedrow in motion. He's got it. He's got a hole. And off the cutback, more nice yardage inside the 25-yard line and more first downs.
Yeah, Tedrow is, again, he's a special athlete. He's one of the things I like about him, he's able to feel the defenders. When he's running, he's like a cut ahead. So he'll make a cut, and he's already on to the next cut to try to gain more yardage. And he's a tough kid. So he's not going to run out of bounds. He's going to try to get more yardage for his team. So, you know, one of these, of all these athletes, you know, there's not – a star among stars, but if there is, he certainly is one of them. Just a great football player.
Yes, teammates identified him as the fastest player on the South squad, and oh my goodness, put that one in the highlight reel. Jake Beaver removing lids.
Oh my. Well, and when you talk about not being able to take a play off on the offensive line, Jake Beaver just muscles through. I had flashbacks of Jadeveon Clowney when he was at South Carolina when they played Michigan.
Only thing was missing, Beaver need to pick that up with one hand.
Right. That was a big-time hit.
So Ethan got to check out of the game since he lost his lid there. He seems to be okay. Maybe just his ego's bruised a bit.
Right. Well, it's an all-star game. You don't button up your lid as tight as you probably should.
Well, I think maybe Ethan's going to strap it up a little bit tighter once he returns.
Yeah, I think he will.
So Wilson Frankhouse back in. He's rolling left, looking right. They've got it set up for Andrich again. Nice blocking out front. Are you kidding me?
Nice.
You got to give some love to the blocks there from Tucker Nolan especially. The Lucas tackle kind of made that whole thing spark.
Well, and you can see, again, the personality, the Lucas kid. And then on the end, Ethan Sauter comes in, and he gets the last block, as you see them blocking well downfield. And here comes Ethan Sauter just to clean it up and make sure he gets into the end zone. And great team effort there on that score.
Leave it to the Lucas kids with the Lucas coaching staff
to
set the blocks necessary to open up a tutty.
Exactly.
And the kick is up and pure, of course, for Dominic Pittman. And the South squad regains the lead, now on top 10-7. As we're under a minute to go here in what's been an exciting opening quarter. We've seen a little bit of everything so far. We saw some great defense to start, seen some big plays, saw a backflip on a touchdown that didn't count, and now a couple big blocks by some Lucas kids and a great-looking run by Andrich to cap it all off.
Well, one thing I like about this game so far is it's going to be a good game. We've seen many All-Star games where it has been really heavily one-sided, talent-wise, and more talent is stacked on the other side, one side to the other. But we're going to have a competitive football game here. These guys are getting after it. They're competitive on both sides and got great skill players on both sides as well.
And you heard in the pregame, the North, they are determined to end that losing streak. In the South, they don't want to be the team that ends the streak. So, a lot at stake here for both of these teams looking to continue history or rewrite it one way or the other.
Well, I'm a North alumni, so I'm not going to say I'm pulling for the North, but
a little partial.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
And kind of too bad that no Mansfield senior players, 2 were selected, but neither are able to attend and play here tonight.
Yeah, and that is too bad because this is a huge, I never got a chance to practice. I was in summer school at the time, but I wanted to play in this game so badly that I made it happen. I drove all the way back from Bowling Green just to play in this football game because it means a lot. You don't know what the future holds for you. You don't know. A lot of these kids are going to go off and play more football, but the majority or many of them will not play football again, and you want to take advantage. This is such a great team sport and such great camaraderie and relationships built. You don't want to miss out on these opportunities. So these kids are taking advantage of it, and in the meantime, we get to enjoy a nice football game.
And enjoying some nice weather, too. All the reports from yesterday, people texting me, letting me know 70-mile-per-hour winds were going to come through, and you might want to postpone. And, hey, could not be a better night. And that's a good-looking ball and a catch by Phillips. Trying to shrug off the defender, and Hartley's able to take him down, but a big connection there on the pass play.
Yeah, Ethan Phillips, who really done a great job adjusting to that football. He was running what looks like a wheel route, and the ball hung a little bit on Kuhn, but he came back and grabbed it. And, these kids are getting the ball. They want the end zone. They smell the end zone. And that was a great pass and catch that time by the North squad.
First team All-Ohio selection was Ethan Phillips from this past year. Showing it right there. as Kuhn dials up another one on the money, on the move, and I saw Ross do this a bunch this past season. Right on target there to Brock Ferris on the far side.
Well, Brock Ferris ran a really nice out route, and you know, for teams that haven't practiced a lot, running that timing route is so difficult. So for Kuhn to put that thing right on the money, it shows you that they are getting in rhythm. Both teams actually are settling into this football game.
And Brock said that a live stream that we had him on earlier in the year, that one of our guys, I believe it was Storm Blunchley, nicknamed him the Kentucky Waterfall for his mullet, and he said it stuck with him. So I kind of dig the nickname. I don't know how he came up with that.
Yeah.
But Brock digs it, so we'll stick with it.
Looks like we're going to get a motion penalty there on the north. And I'm really surprised we haven't had a whole lot of those type of penalties, you know, illegal motion and, you know, things like that for these teams that don't really know a whole lot about the coaching staffs and their verbiage in that.
Kuhn flush, steps up, takes a hit, but still throws and complete. The diving catch is made by Jaden Jones. Wow.
Wow, awesome catch, awesome route. Jaden Jones goes goes full body for that catch, and again, these Ashland receivers are, you know, they are accustomed to going after the football, but that was an outstanding catch.
Might be the final play here of the opening quarter. As Kuhn puts it up, it's tipped, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. But that will take us to the end of one. Boy, what a first quarter we've had here at Clear Fork High School with the South Squad on top right now, 10-7.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
If you've got a tree problem, you need Specialty Tree and Bucket Service. Spring is on the way. Beat the rush and get started today. Call 419-651-6233 or visit specialtytreeohio.com for a free estimate.
James One Incorporated provides game-changing professional development and training sessions. We specialize in a wide range of topics, including cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of substance abuse, improving company or school culture, and many more. Perfect for the businesses looking to enhance customer service or schools looking for innovative workshops for staff and students. Check us out online at james1inc.com or call to schedule an appointment today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
As we welcome you back, here's the first play of the second quarter. And it's going to be kept on the ground for the North squad. Put into the hands here of Briar Ramey.
I think North's got a new quarterback in for this quarter. And, you know, I don't think that would be the last we see of Kuhn, but if it is, he had an outstanding first quarter. With his legs and with his arm. He's done a great job of driving the football.
His replacement does both pretty well himself. Dustin Brady, 6'4", 210 pounds out of Winford. Putting it up, his first pass attempt. In and out of the hands of Phillips in the back of the end zone. Nice collision there. The defense by Caden Morris helped break it up.
Yeah, love that play call. But again, great defense that time by Morris. He played that perfectly, got his hands right up in between the arms of the receiver and knocked that thing free.
So 4th down and goal. Little roll of the dice here, it appears.
I love it. I love it.
So the offense staying on the field, 2-back set. It's going to be Jones, who's going to flank out now. And they're just going to hand it off to Ramey, and it's a wise decision. Diving in, touchdown Red.
And that time you can see the offensive push for the South. They pushed the defensive line into the end zone. And Briar Ramey really had no contest going into the end zone. He walked in.
So 3-point cushion now for the North squad, looking to tack on one more. It's going to be Quentin Ronski from Calvert. Brady to hold. And Ronski puts it through. So 14-10 is the count. And I like the play call, too, there on 4th down. A little bit gutsy, but everybody's expecting you to throw.
Right.
You keep it on the ground, and Ramey just dives right in. Bang.
Fake spike. Love it. Love it.
And we were told, though, we're going to get some touchdown celebrations tonight.
Love it. Tell you what, we're in the midst, 14-10, early second quarter. We could have a barn burner here, and both offenses really look to be clicking, well. And let's be honest, for as much talent as we have on the defensive side of this ball on both teams, this is really not a defensive showcase. It never really has been, but at the same time, defenses play a big part in this game. But this has always been about the offensive firepower, and but we do get some great defensive plays. Even on that drive, you saw the break up there in the end zone, the big hit from Beverly, I believe it was, earlier in the game. So the defensive players do make some plays in this game. But this is all about the show, the offensive show, and I think both teams, respect that.
I was just looking down on the sideline. A lot of satisfied faces on the North squad, especially from some of those hog mollies. Great drive for them, capping it off with 6 and the extra point. Now Ronski boots it deep. And it's going to be taken by Ashton Lyons. Gets a block, nice cutback across the 30, and then whirls his way out to the 35. And we're going to now throw it down field side, where we have got our own Storm Blunchley standing by with Madison's Isaiah Roebuck Morris.
All right, I'm here with Isaiah Morris now. Playing offensive line, locking it down in the trenches. What's it like down there? How's the intensity like?
It's fun. It's not as tough as a regular game, but we're getting after it and we're having fun.
All right, seems like you guys are having fun. You guys are in the lead right now, actually. You think you guys can sustain this lead for the rest of the game?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, final thoughts, anyone you want to shout out, anything you want to say right now?
Not really, just trying to win a game, so let me know afterwards and we'll see.
All right, thank you very much, man. All right, back up to you guys.
All business down there for Isaiah.
I love it.
No shout-outs till we get the dub.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, that's right, all business down here.
And they were all business on the offensive front. The last 2 drives, both resulting in touchdowns for the North. See if the South squad can answer. They also scored a touchdown on their previous possession. And it's going to be Frank House, quarterback keeper all the way. He's got enough to move the chains.
And like I said, what Frank House said, that was a quarterback keep all the way, trying to move the chains there, which they did get the first down. And, even though, it's early in the game, it just feels like neither team can afford to stumble on their drive here. It's like you got to get some points because the way these offenses are rolling, you don't want to fall behind. So this is a big drive here for the South squad.
Wilson, 2 backs in the backfield with him. Wallace to his left. And he'll turn and hand off to the deep back. Just not a lot of space there for Steven Tumbleson. As the Fredericktown product got about a yard.
And Carson Ingram from Shelby really blew that play up. He blew the hole up right before it could get started. Great defensive play there for the short loss.
So second down and long. Same formation. This time, though, Wallace motions out. And keeping it for a few there, Frankhouse. But it'll quickly become third down, and looks like the South's going to need about 6 yards here.
You know, interesting. I think that was a third down play. Last time they ran a little pop pass there with a, I think they had a jet sweep type of look to it. So, you know, we could possibly see him put it in the air this time, but they have been really successful with Frankhouse on the ground.
And the North squad wants a timeout. Like you mentioned, this could turn out to be a big possession here. And we're going to go ahead and throw it down to the sideline. Storm taking a seat, and he has got Ethan Phillips.
Alrighty, standing here now with Ethan Phillips. I mean, this is where I spent a lot of my time in high school, on the bench. Obviously not for you here at the All-Star Game. Talk to me a little bit about what's kind of been going on out there.
I mean, there's a bunch. We've been eating. That's what we've been doing. Nah, there's a bunch of really good players out there. Everybody's good out there. You know, there's really good competition.
So you guys have the lead right now. Talk to me a little bit about what you guys are going to do to kind of maintain that lead and keep going and keep rolling.
We're going to keep flexing on him like he was just doing, and we're just going to keep punching him in the mouth and making plays out there. Our receivers been making some plays out there.
All right. So if you catch a touchdown pass, I mean, what's kind of your go-to celebration? What are you kind of going for?
I go do a backflip.
Do a backflip. All right. We'll keep a lookout for that. Thank you very much. Back up to you guys.
We saw him already with that aerial display, a little backflip. Just unfortunately, a flag on the field negated what was a great touchdown catch earlier in the game for Phillips. But love the mentality. Just keep eating, F.
Keep eating. Keep eating. I got to love that. Got to love that. Big third down right now for the South.
Bring a man in motion, and they're just going to keep it in the hands of Frankhouse.
I like the call.
And real close. He is going to be a half-yard shy, though. So Scott Spittler and his staff got a decision to make. You imagine they're going to go for it here from the 39.
Absolutely.
And especially with his guy, Ethan Wallace, in the backfield. I mean, all that guy does is pick up 1 yard at a time. Like, he's great at it.
Yeah.
Give it to 21 and get out the way.
Right, 1 yard is that's like water for Lucas kids, just like water.
Instead, they're going to run in behind Ethan Wallace, who set a nice block on the edge. Surprise, surprise. And Frankhouse takes it down to the 26-yard line is where he's marked out. Obviously enough to move the chains. About 13 yards on the gain, F.
Frankhouse really showing some really good speed. And you know, a lot of times you come out of the backfield and a lot of times people need some time to get going. Frankhouse has got a burst. He hits that go button, and he is gone, and he gets up the field. You know, he doesn't mess around too much going side to side. He gets up the field, got the first down, and was looking for more. Again, everybody here with the ball in their hand looks like they're trying to score, which is great mentality to have at an all-star game.
Frankhouse had such an unbelievable junior season and just kind of dipped last year, had some unfortunate circumstances. Some of his top receiving threats were missing for a few games and just wasn't typed the same senior season as he had as a junior. Just 54% completions, almost 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, the 5 interceptions. But, boy, was he dynamite throughout his career. And, you know, just a little guy too, Effie.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's listed at in terms of weight. Just 153 pounds, 5'8", but he's got a little razzle-dazzle to his step. It makes all the difference.
And he runs hard. You know, you'd never know he was that light by how hard he runs.
This time he's just going to hand off to Sauter, who got met rudely in the hole by Ingram. And that's just simply what he does. Christian Garish coming in to clean it up as well.
I tell you what, Carson Ingram is playing well defensively, and you could always tell when somebody's playing well on the defensive end, because if you can stand out as a defensive lineman in an all-star game, you're doing a great job. So great play by him.
Speaking of doing a great job, how about Kurt Conrad of the Richland Source, our buddy? He's standing down at the field level with Storm.
Alrighty, standing now field side with Kurt Conrad. I mean, Kurt, how does it feel to be out here? You know, it's actually full capacity. You know, it kind of feels like football again, right?
Yeah, it kind of feels like a return to normalcy, and I think for a lot of high school football fans in North Central Ohio, that's a welcome thing.
All right, and what are you seeing out there? What do you think your keys to the game are for both sides, kind of?
You know, it's an all-star game. I mean, guys are out here to have fun. More, you know, that's kind of this situation for the first 3.5 quarters or so. But then it's time to win, and you know, I've covered this game for better part of 20 years now, and it's not unusual. Everyone has fun early, and then when it gets to winning time, the guys take it a little bit more seriously.
All right, last question here for you, Kurt. I mean, who's your standout performer here tonight so far?
I like Ross Kuhn from Crestview. He's done a nice job. I mean, it's always easy to say a quarterback when they're throwing the ball around a little bit. Defensively, I think there's guys on both sides. I know Nate Barrett's done a nice job. The Hillsdale kid, I think Redman is his name. I've heard his name called a few times. So there's a few guys on defense who are standing out too.
All right, thank you very much, Kurt. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Kurt, and thank you to Dominic Pittman for showing off the leg there. And he told us in our kicking competition the other day that he was hoping Coach Spittler would give him the opportunity to kick a few.
Right.
Paid off right there.
He did. That's a really good kick, and he had some room left on that one as well. So really nice kick, and an important score. You know, this is a game where you can't afford to go without points on the board on that drive. The drive stalled a little bit, but they were still able to get some points. So, you know, still keeping the pace.
And watching him just so fluid with the motion and how he puts it through the upright. If anybody had the unfortunate 5 minutes of their day where you watched our kicking competition and you saw what I look like, boy, I think I came in overconfident.
Yeah,
I've never tried, I don't think, in my entire life. That was my first time in 35 years on this earth of trying to kick a field goal. Boy, is it a lot harder than it looks.
No, it is. I kicked off when I was in high school, and that was one thing because there's no real accuracy involved. You just try to boot it as far as you can. But they tried me out at field goals, and that was a bloody mess. I was all over the place. Linemen got kicked in the back of the head and all of that. So I got a great respect for guys who kick field goals.
And I got a little bit more respect for old big league Travis Berardi. It's a nice one by Dominic there, and maybe we covered by the South? No, it looks like the North got on top of it.
Got it, yeah.
But Travis, a backup kicker in his day, he was pretty solid. Not the greatest looking approach to the ball, but hey, as long as it gets through the uprights,
that's right.
Pretty don't matter.
Absolutely. Well, I like the call there for an onside kick. Try to get that football back, and not terrible position you put your defense in right now, and just outside the 40-yard line, but I think worth the risk at this point in the game. So, like the call, just didn't execute the way they'd like to right now.
And I see Ross Kuhn in the game, lined up here out wide, but Brady looking nowhere in his direction. Just a decoy on that one as the toss to the far side falls incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ross Kuhn, who is an outstanding track and field athlete, you get him going out on the perimeter with his length, just throw it up to the kid. He'll be able to make a play. But that's the fun of having all the athletes at your disposal. You can do tons of things that you never thought. And here we have one of the best quarterbacks in the league spread out wide as a wideout.
Dustin Brady played wide receiver for me in my quarterback challenge and got a couple of touchdowns from me too. So some versatile QBs here on the north side. And here's Dustin letting it go, nearly intercepted by Ashton Lyon, who read it perfectly, but it falls to the ground incomplete.
Again, another great defensive play that time by Ashton Lyon. Stepped in. He was step for step with the receiver. A really nice throw, but just a better defensive play that time.
Intended target was Tommy Carpenter. I mean, how many Ashland wide receivers are playing in today's game, Effie?
Right.
Whole pack of them, and he checks out Chase Dillo's going to check in, and guess who he plays for and what position he plays.
Right. Well, they got a ton of them. Even the guys who maybe line up as running backs are really receivers on the Ashland offense.
It's going to be Hartley in the backfield along with Briar Ramey. Motions to this side, and here's Ramey with the carry. Trying to cut it back inside, but just too many blue jerseys there. And it's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's a great defensive stop that time, and, you know, the South really needed that stop. They took a chance there with the onside kick, but it didn't hurt them. The defense really was stout that time and forcing a punt.
And it's going to be Ross Kuhn lined up back to punt, if he does indeed punt it away. And Ross will let it fly. Good-looking punt there. Be taken by Lyon at the 23. Shook a man out of his shoes. My goodness, here comes Ashton. Across the 40, looking for blockers. Jalen Scott coming in to deliver one. And all the way down to the 16-yard line. How about the shake and bake and the lingerie on the turf?
Oh, that's terrible. What a move by Lyon, and then turns on the speed and finishes the run. That's what I like. He finishes the run. But that first move was, he may as well have had a basketball in his hand. That was an awesome crossover in the open field to get free.
So Lyon providing arguably about the most exciting play here of the night. And he has got the South squad set up in prime position here to try to take the lead, trailing by 1 and already in the red zone. Be Snyder, signal caller on this drive. Brings Tristan Cross in motion. They'll give it to him. Cross knocked down, hit low by Dillo. And we're going to go ahead and send it over to Travis Berardi on the sideline. He's got Dustin Brady.
Out there for a reason, and we all know that, so everybody's just kind of getting to work. Everybody wants to try and come out with the win and, you know, have as much fun as possible. So it's a great atmosphere out there right now.
You know, I mean, it's been a while since the North's won a game. You guys are right in it. You're punch after punch. We've said that this is a battle of the line. You guys seem to have a bigger line. How important is it having this bigger line for you guys?
It's awesome having this bigger line, you know. Sorry,
yeah, they just scored.
Yeah, you know, it's awesome to have all this protection and all this time up front. You know, it's kind of different because I've never had anybody on the line quite this big, but it's been fun to work with.
Well, you guys got 4:48 left. Let's see if you can get that line to get the lead back before the half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, so Dustin Brady with the interview there, and Tristan Cross, meanwhile, in the background, bulldozing his way into the end zone. Doing pretty much what Tristan Cross do. How about 21 touchdowns on the season for him? Led the Northern 10 Conference. And 1,400-plus yards. What a season for Colonel Crawford. Making it all the way to the regional championship game. Undefeated up to that point, too. And Tristan showing why they were such a load to handle.
Yeah, and Tristan having a little fun out there, talking a little bit to the opposing team and just having a little fun out there. He had a great run, great feet, great balance for a kid his size, and you can tell he's got a nose for the end zone. And, you know, that was a really nice drive by the South, and they've come back and taken the lead here. But they really featured Tristan Cross in that drive. He had a couple nice runs, but now that time he got a chance to show off the speed in the open field and was able to get into the end zone and give his squad the lead. And he was letting some of the North players know that he did get in the end zone just in case they didn't see.
He was definitely one of the more confident players that we interviewed earlier this week in practice as well. Tristan said that he fully intended to lay it on him, and looks like they're going for 2 here. And look at the confidence of him. Set up from the 11-yard line. He says, just give me the rock, I'll get in there. See if he gets it. Said it'll be Snyder, untouched. So the 2-point conversion is good, and that's going to make it 21-14. South squad with back-to-back scores now.
Well, like I said, Brian, this game has got the potential to be a barn burner. These teams are really getting after it offensively, and they are. I think they're getting comfortable. You know, in an all-star game, you're only running so many different plays, and after you run them a few times, you start to execute them better and better and better. And how it normally works, the defense starts to see that as well. But right now, you can see the offense is really getting comfortable in their offensive schemes. The running backs are running harder. Quarterbacks are a little bit more accurate. So we got a chance to have a really high-scoring affair here, 21-14, with just under 5 minutes left to play in the half.
Well, I know you're kind of a sucker for defense, Effie, but
right.
You know, the offensive display, it's been fun to watch here over the last several possessions. Got off to a bit of a slow start here for both sides, but man, are they cooking now.
Yeah, and I like the gutsy and gritty play from the South squad. They came out, they had an onside kick. Their quarterback is running hard, and they've got a ton of weapons. Not too much flash for them offensively, staple of the Lucas staff, but effectiveness. That's what it's all about. And right now, a big drive now for the North squad. I felt last series was big for the South. This time the North, they can't afford to. You don't want to fall behind 2 scores in this type of football game.
The South answered the call with their offensive possession. It's your turn, North side. Let's see what you got. See who plays quarterback here. I see Ross Kuhn is out there, but he was receiver on the last possession. It looks like he's going to be doing the same here as Brady will continue to be the signal caller.
Now you remember in our pregame, he let us in on a secret of a double or triple quarterback pass here. Maybe that's something we could see.
Brady going up top, a little bit underthrown and broken up. Jalen Scott making it happen with the coverage.
Well, Jalen done a great job. He read that all the way, jumped it, and probably had a chance to pick it. But he read that route right away. That's one of the routes they ran earlier in the game, the wheel route, and he jumped all over it. A great defensive play that time by Jalen.
Jalen Scott just seems to be one of those kids that's everywhere. I don't know how this kid is all in the same places that I am, but it just seems like there's about 4 of them. He's just cloned.
He's doing everything and going everywhere. A special kid, a special talent, a special athlete, and just a great all-around young man.
So 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers wide, 2 in the backfield next to Brady. Steps up, able to evade some pressure and then just slings it out. Wise decision. Looks like Hartley with the grab and able to turn nothing into a little something, 5 yards on the game.
That was a great job by Dustin Brady. He was dead in the water and found his receiver there at the last second to get some positive yards. So, and that was big. Instead of taking a loss there on 2nd down, he gains a few yards, makes it 3rd and manageable.
And Clear Fork fans, they've been watching Bruce Wainhart play for a lot of years out here. Typically, you don't get away from 75 when he gets that close to you, but Brady able to make it happen. See what he does here on 3rd down. We're going to get a timeout. North squad wants to make sure that they dial up exactly what they need to get at least that 5 yards, because back-to-back possessions coming up empty-handed, like you said, in a game that seems like it's starting to become a track meet. Boy, you don't want to get lapped.
Exactly, and I think that's the reason for this timeout here. This is a big 3rd down play. A lot of weapons on the field, as we know, for the North squad. But right now, they are going to have to figure out a really solid call to get the 1st down and keep this drive alive.
And we see you guys out there in Facebook land. We got the fan zone pulled up, and drop us a comment out there if you are watching live and free tonight on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know who you're cheering for tonight. When there's a big play, let it be known that you're out there, you're watching, and that you're impressed. Cheer on your favorite team and player tonight on our fan zone. So big third down coming up for the North squad. Going with a bunch look. And thrown, nearly intercepted in and out of the hands of Stutes. And I believe it's going to be back-to-back 3-and-outs here as the punt unit is coming on.
Again, a really good defensive play that time by Stutes. He stepped in and broke that play up, and would, again, it's a nice little easy out route. You would expect that to be wide open, but he stepped in and made a great defensive play that time. Forcing this fourth down, that's a big defensive play. And now, like you said, the North squad has got to punt it away, and their defense now, North defense has really got to step up. And, you know, with Frank House at quarterback, and he's got it going with his legs, and they've got some things happening there on offense. North squad's defense has really got to step up here this drive.
Their last scoring possession was all set up by an Ashton Lyons return. This time he's going to be the lead blocker, setting things up for Morris. But he's going to get wrestled down. Another tackle by Ingram. And the Shelby senior, he's had quite a few of those here tonight. So the 36-yard line is where the South squad will start from. And Wilson Frankhouse is going to stay in at quarterback.
You know, Brian, I remember playing in this game. I remember there's a switch that comes on, and I think Kirk Conrad was talking about it earlier. You know, where you go from playing around to serious, and you know it doesn't always happen in the fourth quarter. Sometimes that switch comes on a little bit earlier, where it's like, well, wait a minute, I want to win this game. So a lot of these guys are settled into this football game, and now they want points on the board.
First down, they give it to Tedrow. And boy, they snuffed that thing out. How about the penetration into the backfield? All led there by Jacob Eldridge.
Yeah, Jacob Eldridge just really blew his man up at the line of scrimmage, jumped over and made the play in the backfield. So I think they recognize this is a big series for them defensively. And if you're going to run the football, you will not be running it his way.
Second down and a dozen now after the tackle for loss. Crowded backfield, 3 men there. And Frankhouse turns, throws, it's tipped, and right through the hands of Dillo. Boy, that's probably a pick he makes 9 out of 10 times.
Right. He'd like to have that one back because that was right through his fingertips. And a great defensive play. Now we're starting to see both defenses now come alive and make some plays here in this game. They're not going to just say, hey, it's not just going to be an offensive show. The defensive guys are going to step up and play a little football here.
So third down, North squad trying to get the ball back to lead blocker, setting it up for Frankhouse, who does a little Superman action on the far side.
I think it's going to be a little short.
Boy, that's close. About 1 yard difference, though. So fourth down, offense staying out on the field.
No question about it. No question about it. He didn't even consider the punt.
So fourth down, Frankhouse with the hard count, and he gets him to jump. Kristen Garish came across the line of scrimmage, and on the far side, we've got Travis Berardi standing by.
Joined now by Lexington's Alex Harkness from the South. You're about to go back there on defense, but offsides, drew him offside. You guys continue on offense. Just defensively, you guys been making some big plays to stay in this, and you just got the lead.
Making plays on defense is going to be a focus. It's going to be a focus because it is an all-star game. We got the best out here. We got the best of the best out here in Ohio, so making plays on defense is going to be our key focus. And then the offense, I trust that they're going to keep the ball moving. That's just how it is. They've been moving it all week.
And here they come right at us. Brady Tedrow coming right at us.
They're going to keep the ball moving, so I trust that. But making plays on defense is our main priority right now.
And then yourself, you've made some big plays here already in this game. How do you feel you're doing?
I feel like I'm doing the best I can, and I'm just glad I'm out here making plays, flying around, having fun, hitting people.
Well, good luck here the last 2:42 in the second half, man.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Travis. And now second down. And 10. Frankhouse turns, hands, cross. Took about 5 kids in red jerseys to bring him down, but they do right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and long on the way here for the South.
Again, really stout defensively with Christian Garish up front and Jacob Eldridge really doing a great job of plugging inside the tackle and off tackle. None of those plays have been going here this drive. It seems like the perimeter plays of what has been really good for the South squad.
Frankhouse steps up, now flushed, rolling right, trying to find some running room, but he's going to be spun down on the far sideline. Well shy of first down yardage, but I think a little extracurriculars are going to give him the first. Carson Ingram was the one who made the tackle. I'm not sure, though, who drew the penalty.
Well, that's unfortunate. It looks like they're going to call a personal foul here somewhere, and that is just unfortunate because great defensive play there to get the stop, but looks like somebody may have came in late with a hit that's going to ruin what was a really good defensive stand.
Still no signal yet, but the initial inkling we had, of course, was going to be personal foul, 15-yard variete, and that's exactly what they're marking off. So no 4th down conversion necessary this go around for the South.
And that's the thing about, defensive play. You've got to play hard and hustle from end to end, but you got to also be smart. And you don't want to give away yards, especially when you had such a solid defensive stand that time. But right now you've got to let that go, play the next play, and try again to keep this South squad out of the end zone.
Calvin Reed from Crestline, the lone receiver, lined up here to the left side. Frankhouse turns, hands off. Tedrow cannot spin away from Garish, who rips him down. And I think another unnecessary roughness penalty on the way. So you talked about these teams decide that they want to step up and play at a certain point.
Right.
Well, I think we might have hit that threshold.
Right. And, I don't think it's like really any kind of dirty play. These kids are just playing hard. They're playing hard, and, that time I think that was number 53, Jake Beaver. I think he was just trying to finish the play.
All right, let's go ahead and send it down to the sideline now where the kicker, Pittman, standing by with Travis.
Here with Dom Pittman, the winner of yesterday's All-Star kicking contest, the 38-yarder. You kicked a 37-yarder out there. You got a couple through the uprights today. How do you feel you're doing today?
Pretty good. I feel really good today. So, just see what the second half has to hold for us, and we're winning right now, so hopefully it stays that way.
So I know we were talking, you're retiring after this game today.
100%.
If they give you a chance for a 50-yarder, 55-yarder, do you want to take it?
We'll give it a run.
Yeah?
Hopefully, it's a good outcome, not a bad outcome.
Yeah, I see it's starting to get a little chippy out there. You guys got a couple big penalties on that, but just being a kicker, you don't have to be in that as much.
No, not at all. I actually like sitting on the sidelines, trash talking, having some fun. But, yeah, it's I think we just got sacked, or they got sacked, so looking good for us.
We'll get that leg ready then.
I will.
Thanks, buddy. Back to you guys.
The trash-talking kicker, Effie.
How about that?
Why not? You don't have to go out there and back it up, but, just a couple of times per game. So
right.
Run that motor mouth while you have the opportunity.
Yeah, we saw that last play there. We saw the ball on the ground, and that's one of the things that, hasn't really happened in this game is turnovers, and those are the things that could really change the course of a game. And seeing that ball on the ground that time, and that time the South was able to recover that fumble. But those are game changers.
Frank House runs right, sees some room here back to the left side. Finally drugged down at about the 15-yard line, tackled by Nate Barrett of Madison.
You know, Frank House has had a really solid game rushing the football, and such a weapon to have him and Cross in the backfield. You got power, you got speed on the perimeter. Their offensive line has been playing well, so they've got really good balance for the South squad.
And they want a timeout here as they're facing a 3rd down. Need about 7 yards to get a fresh set of chains. And it's getting a little chippy even on the sidelines here, Effie.
Yes, it is.
In the bleachers.
I guess it is.
Just when you thought you were going to get an exhibition all-star game and it was all, you know, fun and games. So a big spot here coming up for the South, looking to add to their lead. They've scored the last 11 points of the contest, and I'm sure Dominic Pittman wouldn't mind another opportunity to trot back out on the field and tack 3 more on the scoreboard, but collectively as a unit, of course, the South would like to continue the drive, get into the end zone.
You know, and it's interesting, Brian, to see the different you know, styles of there's not that many plays being run, but there's a lot of different looks being given, and that's the thing about this type of game. You can't get too fancy in your play calls, but you know, both teams are coming out in different types of formations and giving it a different look, and that's always an advantage for the offense.
Frank House rolling behind his 2 big running backs. But just a better play made there coming up by Kenyon Cathy to make the stop.
Well, I tell you what, Tristan Cross stepped up and made a block in the hole, and that was big time. Now, it didn't help the outcome of the play, but that showed a lot of physicality, and for him, he stepped up and made a great block there. It just didn't turn out to gain any yards. 4th down still for the South.
And I think that's what Spittler was thinking to himself. Well, I got a 220-pound running back and then a 215-pound fullback right next to him. Should be able to pick up some yardage in behind him, but not that time. Great play by the New London Wildcat Cathy to come up and make the stop. And it looks like Dominic Pittman is going to come on and try a field goal with 1 second showing on the clock. So this will take us into the break. He just said that he's feeling not just good, great tonight, Effie.
Feeling great. Going to get an opportunity. Is that about a 35-yarder, looks like maybe? He said he was feeling great. Let's take a look at it.
And he's got his holder from his high school, Frank House. Should feel real comfortable for him. And it looks like it's going to be approximately a 34-yarder, well within inside his range. So for a 10-point lead here, Pittman, the kick is up, and I think it's going to be wide left. And that will take us to the end of 2 quarters. That second, basically all dominated by the South squad. The North scored early, and then the South was able to take over and do some nice things on top right now, 21-14 here at the break. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will break down that first half for you and then show you how the linemen party when they get into the end zone with our own Garrett and Storm. So stick with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
James One Incorporated provides game-changing professional development and training sessions. We specialize in a wide range of topics, including cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of substance abuse, improving company or school culture, and many more. Perfect for the businesses looking to enhance customer service or schools looking for innovative workshops for staff and students. Check us out online at james1inc.com or call to schedule an appointment today.
If you've got a tree problem, you need Specialty Tree and Bucket Service. Spring is on the way. Beat the rush and get started today. Call 419-651-6233 or visit specialtytreeohio.com for a free estimate.
Halftime here at the Clear Fork Corral in beautiful Bellville, Ohio, where after 2 quarters of action, the South squad owns a slim 21-14 edge over the North. And we've got some halftime festivities going down right now. A field goal kicking competition. You got to drill a 30-yarder, something that I did not attempt. I did make a 25-yarder the other day when we were in our kicking competition. How did it go before that? Not very well. If you want to go ahead and get some halftime enjoyment, check out some of our other videos on our Facebook or YouTube channels. Check out my kicking competition. But for right now, on this stream, we're going to kick it with some linemen. Our own Garrett and Storm had an opportunity to come up with some end zone dances, Effie, with the linemen. And obviously, they don't get in there very often, so you got to be a little bit creative with the big fellas.
Well, you got to know that they're dreaming of that moment, that they may get a chance to get into the end zone. And, you know, as linemen do, they always get an opportunity, and they don't get those opportunities, but they always dream of those opportunities. We see defensive linemen get those chances, certainly not offensive linemen a whole lot. If an offensive lineman is scoring, it usually means something bad happened. So you don't get those opportunities too much. But we are seeing some really good kicking going on out here as part of our halftime entertainment down here at the Valley.
And we discussed a little bit in the first half that I had to find out the hard way on camera that it's a lot harder than it looks to boot a field goal. And, man, that kid just made it look easy, drilled it from 30 yards. If you get 5 minutes a day, go see what I look like trying to kick it from 15 yards away. Did not look like that last kid or this guy either.
These guys know what they're doing.
We got some pros in the house, Effie. Yeah. This ain't fair.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. It's kind of like, you know, it's like karaoke. Like, you want the bad singers up. You don't want the good singers up. We want to see somebody that can't necessarily kick it make one. That's the fun part of this stuff.
Well, if I got to fall on the sword again and trot out here and give the people some halftime entertainment.
That's what we need. That's what we need.
I know what it looks and feels like when I boot it. Haven't tried a 30-yarder yet, though, Effie.
Yeah, well.
So I think I did. Like I said, I made my 25-yarder. It was my last kick of the day. I'm probably going to retire on that high note, pull a little George Costanza.
There you go.
I'm out of here.
And I think if you're able to, I think the ability to be able to kick a football is a special skill. So if you can kick a football in any way, it is a great skill to have, and especially with any kind of accuracy. It's hard enough to just kick it, but to kick it with any kind of accuracy is a great skill to have, and not many people possess it. So kudos to these young men who's able to boot this thing through from 30 yards away.
All right, by popular demand, I'm told that we're going to go ahead and run that kicking competition. Effie, much to my chagrin.
Got to give the people what they want.
Let's
Gotta
go
give
ahead.
them what they want.
Let's give it to them. Brian and Travis here with you, and yesterday at the North All-Star practice, we went ahead and called out the kickers out here in the South, and it just turns out that they got a pretty darn good one in Dominic Pittman from Galleon, who you saw boot some really far field goals, Travis, but we're going to toe the line. We're going to step up. We're going to see how well we can kick against this Tiger stud.
This is going to be a battle for second place. This kid can kick absolute bombs. He kicked a 48-yarder to force overtime against Clear Fork, and then kicked the game winner, so he knows what pressure is. He can kick through pressure. You and I, you haven't kicked in your life. I kicked in practice, and that was it. So, yeah. You did see, though, North practice yesterday, I came that close to kicking a 30-yarder, so I have a little bit of confidence, but you never know. You like soccer, you can kick it through.
I've been training pretty much for about, well, no, I haven't at all. So we're just going to head out here, just see how it goes.
So, I mean, got two guys. I don't have any of them have. I think together they have 0 years combined experience.
Really?
Just tell me a little bit about your way too early thoughts for how this competition is going to go.
Well, the guy in the green asked me a couple of tips on how to kick, and said he was a backup kicker in high school. So, it could go both ways. He could be super good, or he could, be terrible. But see if both of them combined can give me a good competition. We'll see.
So I'm sure that at your school you had a backup kicker. I mean, how good was he? How
My backup kicker?
Yeah, how reliable?
He was a sophomore, but he was pretty good. He was a coach's kid, but he was actually pretty good. He worked out with me on Sundays when I was in Marion kicking for practice. But he should be good the next couple years. I'm going to work with him here this summer. But it's one of those things, you do half reps so that you can, because I left, so now he has to carry on the legacy. So
you got some good confidence in backups, huh?
Yeah, I hope.
All right, so as far as the guy in the black, Brian, I mean, no experience, not even a backup in high school at kicker. I mean,
yeah.
What do you think the key is going to be?
Luck, for sure. If he gets lucky, if he's kicking good, then we know it's luck, because if you have no experience, there's just no way to say you were good.
That's good.
Easy.
So this is a 15-yarder. All right, I'll go first since you went first in football, but Dom had a 38-yarder he kicked already, so that's the leader.
So we just got to get to a 38-yarder, but got to start somewhere.
Oh, boy. All right, boys, here we go.
A little straight-on approach.
Uh-huh.
Oh, looks like Travis is good from 15. Put the pressure on here. 1, 2, 3, like so.
Yep. Skowronski now.
All right, so he gave me the proper setup. It's just up to me now not to blow it.
Things up here.
All right, and now just go for it.
Oh boy. Shuffle.
Oh boy. Came a little off the side of the foot. I think I get one more shot.
Yeah, you get another shot. Tie the ball, but we'll see. Wide left.
All right, looks like, am I out of the competition?
That's 1-0. I beat you in that distance.
So moving back to 20.
Moving back here, yeah. Anything to say, Brian? I mean, it wasn't bad form. You just got off to the side of the ball.
Well, we'll see how he does from 20. I usually do some of my best work from distance, so there was just a little bit of a warm-up. Start to pin those babies right through.
You think you're going to move to the straight on like Travis?
I might have to switch up the form. Dominic here gave me some great tips. Just so far not working for me.
There we go.
Looks like you got another one.
Wow, first time again, Travis.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you, folks. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna try it from about right here. Oh. No distance off the side of the foot.
Pull a Charlie Brown on him.
If Big League makes this one, we'll have him move back to a 37-yarder.
I'll try and
see
tie
if he
Dom.
can challenge our all-star out here.
Here we go, boys. Ah! Missed it.
Ah! Just a little
Missed
wide.
it left. You want to try it, Brian?
I'll give it one try. Baby steps back. Boom, boom, boom. Now I think I'm close. Feel comfortable.
Oh!
That's it!
He did it!
Out of town, baby! 2 out of town!
Good job. 2-1.
Oh, I'm still behind.
Yeah.
Well, I do got the farthest kick. Well, just like when we were kids, Mama said we got to take our balls inside and go home. Coaches, they want these back. They want some dinner.
They want to go home and eat, yeah.
Dominic, you got to tell me your real impressions of us. Started off strong. I think I ended pretty well.
You ended good.
Overall,
Step down.
thank you. What would you think about the competition?
Between you guys and me,
Yeah,
just practice.
that's all it takes, right?
Oh, it's for sure. Hours, days, long time.
All right, I'm probably not gonna put in a single second of kicking after today, so I'm probably gonna retire on a make.
I'm retired.
There you go.
All right, that's it for all of us.
I'm done.
All right, looks like we're all getting some burgers with the coaches.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All winners today. So there you have it, Effie. We all have our flaws in life. Other redeeming qualities hopefully shine brighter than my kicking game, but boy, is that broke.
You had a nice kick there. That last one was pretty good.
Last one felt
solid.
nice.
Yeah, you hit that one pretty solid.
And we've been watching this kicking competition here. These boys are back
Yes.
at 50 yards, twice as far as the distance that I was able to connect from, and that one looks good. I think it is.
Wow.
Banged it through.
50 yards.
Go ahead and keep it here for a second.
Wow.
This one also had the distance wide left, though. He'll get one more opportunity. But man, 50 yards, that's a kick.
That is a kick. And wow.
That one also is going to be wide left. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout, but as promised, when we return, we will have linemen doing some end zone dances from the South Squad. That's right after this.
If you've got a tree problem, you need Specialty Tree and Bucket Service. Spring is on the way. Beat the rush and get started today. Call 419-651-6233 or visit specialtytreeohio.com for a free estimate.
James One Incorporated provides game-changing professional development and training sessions. We specialize in a wide range of topics, including cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of substance abuse, improving company or school culture, and many more. Perfect for the businesses looking to enhance customer service or schools looking for innovative workshops for staff and students. Check us out online at james1inc.com or call to schedule an appointment today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Back here at the NCO All-Star Football Showcase, we've got a great game on our hands. 21-14, the South squad is on top right now. We haven't seen a lineman score yet, but if they do, they'll be prepared. Garrett and Storm had a competition with them earlier this week. Here it is. All right, so the big boys out here, they usually don't get to have a ton of fun, a lot of love. You know, they're in the trenches, they're battling, they don't get to showcase some of their own, you know, inner coolness. So we got G-Man and Storm here today. Gonna come up with some end zone dances. They got the same group of guys. What do we got, about 6-7 hog mollies out here? Tell me about your strategy here today, G. How you gonna make these guys all look real cool with an end zone dance?
I really didn't know until today that I was doing this competition, so I don't have really that many ideas off the top of my head. I'm probably going to be copying a lot from the NFL. But, I mean, I'm excited. I think I might be able to steal this one from the Storm.
They say the NFL's a copycat league, so I think that's probably a good idea. Take some of their strategy. Storm, imagine you've been marinating a few thoughts here. What do you have in mind today?
Well, I don't dance, and I don't watch a lot of football, but so I'm going to rely a lot on these guys. They're going to have my back, I think. I think they got some moves in their back pocket that they can show me, so we'll see.
All right, hopefully some of these big guys can break it down. Let's find out.
I was thinking like a duck goose.
Oh, hey.
Who's running though? It's going to be
you.
It's going to be one. It's going to have to. And then who's he tapping though? You can't tap him. Yeah. After that,
I'll tackle him.
Just run around maybe lap.
That's all. I don't got to run to it.
All right. That looks like G-Man's got him lined up. The ball's loose. Fumble! Scooped up, and they take it in for the score. Look at all these big guys. Ball toss. Looks like they got a little duck deuce going. All right, he's hit. See if he takes him down. Can he get there in time? Still took him out.
Guys. That's a good round. I think it's a good score. So, looking forward to it.
All right, so we're gonna come over here with got the kicker and his holder. What'd you think, guys?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I didn't see enough energy.
Yeah, 7.
They could do a little bit better. Honestly, probably like a 6.5.
All right, so we got 13.5 out of a 20. Travis gives him a 7, so that's 20.5 out of a possible 30. See if Storm can outdo him.
So we're gonna. You guys got any ideas? You want to do a little towboat? All right, let's do a little rowboat. All right. Yeah, who's in? I'll lead since I'm coach, and then you guys fight amongst yourself.
Yeah, we'll just fight.
All right. I think we got it.
I love the confidence the Storm instilled in him. Well, I didn't really play sports. I don't know how to dance. You guys have ideas? Of course they don't. They're linemen. Here we go. Looks like the ball is snapped and it is loose. It's going to be scooped up by a Lucas lineman. He is in there for the touchdown. What is going on? They're lining up and they are rowing to pay dirt. first off, it seemed like, Wilson, you think that boat might have just sunk, didn't even make it all the way, right?
That's what Dom was saying. They were a little off, but I like the energy on that one. I'm giving it 8.5.
Ooh, 8.5, so a couple points better than the previous one. What about you?
Yeah, like I said, I think the boat sunk. There was a little too much weight there, but I'm going to have to give it a 9.
Ooh, big score. So already 17.5. So, Travis, they need, I think, just a 3.5 or better from you.
I'll give it a 4.
Oh, just enough to get it done. You guys beat yourselves with the rowboat. Congratulations, winners.
Good job, team. It's a good idea, y'all. Way to go. Good game, everyone.
So yeah, let's get the losing coach in here first. Gee, it just seemed like they didn't really have the juice and kind of, the mojo working for you.
Yeah, and I've really, I don't know what was going on there. Really hyped in the huddle, got him going, and maybe it was Coach Pittler's practice, a long practice in the heat. I know he likes it, he's a hard coach, but I'm not sure. They kind of let me down, to be honest. I thought there was going to be a little bit more oomph, but it just wasn't there, and congrats to Storm, and shout out to his team.
Yeah, Storm, I didn't think that you brought a lot of confidence there into the huddle. How were you able to rally the troops and get it done out here?
Well, I walked in there honest. I said I never played football in high school, and I never really played any sports in high school, so they kind of carried me, but I think I provided the energy.
Well, congratulations. You are today's winner, Storm Lunchley, the master of the celebration. So there it is. There's the big boys from the South Squad having a little bit of fun out there, breaking down some dances, showing off some end-zone moves, Effie. And I know that you were one of those, glamorous quarterback type, but you can respect the big guys getting out there and showing off a little creativity.
Absolutely, man. I love seeing that, man, and big guys having fun. And generally on a football team, your linemen are the most laid-back guys. They usually have the most fun, and they're usually the most together unit within a football team. So it's great to see those guys get together and have fun in that way. That's cool.
And that was something that I asked a lot of these guys, who has the most challenging job getting ready for the game, and they felt like it was the offensive lineman, not necessarily because they need to know the plays, but just that cohesion that you normally get with the unit. Absolutely. But so far, each side has done a pretty nice job of running the ball when they've needed to, certainly getting some nice pass blocking as well. And something that I have really enjoyed about tonight's game is that it seems like we're back to normal, Effie.
Right.
Nobody has to be masked up out here. It's a beautiful night, all enjoying the nice weather, and it looks like our own Travis now is taking in the contest over on the sideline with Brady Tedrow's mama. Let's throw it to Travis.
Check. I'm here with Brady Tedrow's parents on the famous hill here in the valley. This is the first organized high school event here in North Central Ohio since all the quarantine restrictions have been lifted. Nice crowd tonight. Just how nice is it to be able to get back out here and see Brady play in front of a full crowd one final time?
Oh, it's so fun. It's a beautiful night, and we are having fun for the last time sitting on the hill watching him play.
Brady's had a ton of big runs, ton of big plays here for the Colts. He's had a couple good plays so far for the South. They have a 7-point lead. What is he and the team going to have to do in the second half to get the victory?
Well, I think they're going to have to play a little bit of defense. So if they do that, I think that they'll come out on top with a win.
Any second half predictions for you, Mom?
Oh, the South needs to win. Go South.
Go South. So that's how it feels right here on the hill. It is really nice to see a full crowd here in the Clear Fork Valley, and hopefully in the next season where we'll see packed houses at every high school stadium around the area and around Ohio. But for now, back to you guys for the start of the second half.
Well, you certainly don't want to disappoint Mama Tedrow, so you might want to come out this second half and play some defense here, South Squad. Right. Try to get that dub. And, boy, what a pleasure it was covering Brady. Of course, we did every Clear Fork football game this last year, and he's just such a dynamic weapon that you can line him up anywhere on the field. And he's played, I think, just about every skill position for Clear Fork during his career and did them all pretty well.
Well, we toss around the term taking over a game. And, you know, in all sports, seems like we toss that around a lot, but I literally have seen that kid take over a football game, you know, playing multiple positions. They know that he's going to have the football. You still can't stop him. He is a special talent, and you can see his parents are engaged, and Dad understands the importance of defense here in the second half, because even with the lead, he knows they are going to have to play some defense to win this football game. So tremendous player, and having fun out here, and his parents get an opportunity. And this is another part of the specialness of this game. Your parents get one more chance to see you play, and this has got to be special for the Tedrow family, especially here in Clear Fork at their home stadium.
Yeah, no question about it. One of the more unique venues that we have in North Central Ohio because of that hill that Travis just got an opportunity to sit on there with the Tedrows. It's such a beautiful view, especially in fall when all the leaves in the far distance are turning those different orange and brown colors, and, you know, a pretty sight here tonight as well with the awesome weather that we have been blessed with. Just so happy that we did not have the thunderstorms make their way up into this area. Everyone was a little bit worried this morning, and it has just turned out to be a phenomenal night for some high school football.
Absolutely, that's great. I didn't take you for an artsy type of guy. I like the way you explain the vision that we have going out here along the valley. But it's a great night for football. It's really comfortable for the fans here, and you know, just an enjoyable night, and they're getting a chance to watch some good football.
Oh, a little bit of trickery here from the North squad. I don't think that ball traveled 10 yards, of course. So it looks like a flag's out there is going to be illegal touching.
Yeah, I think they got in a little early.
The only question would be, did the South touch it first? The official says nope.
Yeah, an official came in. He made that call right away. So he was looking, and, you know, he made the illegal touching call right away. So I think we're going to have a penalty right away. I love the call, though. Love the call. Try to catch him off guard and get some momentum here going into the second half.
Long discussion, though, here. So maybe an official from a different angle saw something different. So it's a big call, of course. It's either going to be North football or South football at midfield. Have not had a turnover yet tonight. And it will be South football on the illegal touching penalty. But I like the moxie there coming out and at least trying that here to kick off the second half. If you're the North squad, you know, you've lost 5 in a row of these.
Right.
South's kind of had the run of play here over the last quarter. So why not try to shake things up and just hope that your defense can bail you out here in the event that you don't get it, which they did not.
Well, and their defense played well there to end the first half. So, you know, I think Coach Cedar just wanted to say, you know, we played well in the end of the first half. Let's take a chance here, and that's what he done. So, but now his defense, again, has got to step up against the South squad.
Here's Ethan Snyder bringing a man in motion, looking that way. Now it's a scramble, and Ethan's going to take off, tripped up after the gain of a couple. Jackson Harris of Columbian coming up to make the tackle.
Well, Jackson Harris looked like he had a bead on Snyder right from the beginning, almost like a spy from the secondary, but he came up, made a great open field tackle that time.
And he's a fun, fiery athlete. Really liked the time that I had an opportunity to talk with him at practice this week. As second down, Snyder turns, fakes. And this is right in his comfort zone. Saw a lot of that at Ontario this year, but just nowhere to go. Drugged down in the backfield. He's going to be sacked by Carson Ingram.
And that is a big-time defensive play. Ingram steps in, and Jacob Eldridge also in on the play, and they stepped up and made that is a huge loss. And when you're playing with a short field as a defense, you've got to make plays in the backfield, and that's exactly what the North squad just done bringing up a 3rd and really long right now for the South squad.
16 yards is what they're going to need if they want a fresh set of downs. As the play clock milking away. Snyder does get it off in time. Steps up. He wanted to uncork a deep one. Now he's trying to shake here to the near sideline. He will. But takes a pop and tackled by Jacob Beverly. Well shy of first down yardage. Was able to get about half of it back. But it looks like the punt unit is coming on.
Yeah, he was looking deep. He had Ethan Sauter, had a step, but he thought better of it. But Ethan Sauter was open for a second, but he got covered up, so he took off, tried to get the first down on his own, and just came up short.
Look for perhaps a little bit of trickery here from the 45-yard line from Scott Spittler and his staff. See, that would have been the perfect time if they would have just trotted it down and snapped him right, Effie. Nobody was on Stephen Tumbleson.
All right. Well, like we said, this is the part of the game where there is probably absolutely, if any, practice time for. So this is where it's going to be a little bit sloppy, especially if you're going to try some trickery there on a fake punt. But right now it's important. It's still early in the second half. I think you go ahead and punt this thing away. Hopefully you get make them travel a long field offensively and let your defense set up and play some good football, and maybe they can get you the ball back. South does have the lead, so they don't have to take any unnecessary chances at this point.
And it was actually the North squad that elected to take the timeout here.
Now, you can see the interesting dynamic here. If you look at the sidelines from now as opposed to earlier in the game, there's a lot of smiling, a lot of laughing and joking on the sidelines. But now you see people are engaged. They're watching the game. You know, everybody is – it's a little bit – they're dialing up the intensity of this football game. And as you get closer to the fourth quarter, you want to see people try to win.
Here is
Here's
the
a fake punt.
Logan Huffman of Loudonville takes off, and he has got the first down yardage. The fourth down gamble pays off.
So much for playing it safe, huh?
Not in Scott Spittler's vocabulary, my friend. For as much as Lucas likes to do the ground and pound and RPO their way, run people over, they certainly always have a bag full of tricks, and there's just another one right there. Huffman, who's a good-sized athlete, 6'3", 180 pounds, able to truck his way for first down yardage. So first down now. Keep it on the ground. Tumbleson out to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the gain.
Nice pickup there by Tumbleson, and you can see the game getting more and more physical down inside, running off tackle here for the South squad. Almost running clock, if you will, if you could even say that in an all-star game, but looked like they're running a little clock here, slowing down in between plays and playing a physical brand of football, much like the Lucas Cubs. So, you know, this is right up their alley. This is Coach Spittler in his comfort zone here in this all-star game.
I believe there's 4 Lucas players out on the field here for this snap. As Snyder finds a crease, gets inside, real close to first down yardage. And then the official here on the near side says move the chains. So it will be enough for a fresh set here for the South.
And keeping the clock running, and nice, steady, long, sustained drive is just what the South needs, already with a 7-point lead here in the third quarter as we get under 8 minutes to play in the third, and the South really up front gaining control of the line of scrimmage, which is a huge part of the game plan. Not too flashy. You know, you're not going to see a whole lot of yelling and screaming, from the fans, but this is a brand of winning football.
Yeah, nobody's won more games in North Central Ohio over the last several seasons than the Lucas Cubs, and this is exactly what they do, keeping it on the ground here as Tumbleson again carries up the middle, and it appears that Coach Spittler content to lean on his big boys up front. Magnus Hartz of Ontario out there moving some bodies along with Connor Moore. What a great season he had at Colonel Crawford this last season, the best season in Eagles history. I believe they had 2 1,000-yard rushers out there. And Snyder going in between both of them guys. Again, real close to what he needed, but I think this time he's going to be about 2 feet short.
You know, and one of the things about these games here in North Central Ohio and getting a chance to play with some of the other best players in this area is just the ability to play against guys you haven't played against. And a lot of these guys have played against each other, but there are some guys, there's some Marion guys here, guys from the Tiffin area that, you know, just haven't played against guys in this area. So it's a great opportunity for all these guys.
Keep it on the ground again. Nice stick right there as Snyder went airborne, tackled on the play by Jackson Harris. But a little bit of laundry on the field, and it's going to be a holding penalty against the South.
And Jackson Harris comes up again and makes a really nice open field tackle as we get a hold against the South squad. Harris from Tiffin Columbian has really played a solid game defensively and made plays. They run his side. He gets off the block and comes up and plays physical from his safety position.
So after all those fireworks that we had in the second quarter, this third quarter, I mean, we're already halfway through it, Effie, just on this one drive, and it started at midfield.
Right.
Snyder looking, throws, and he's got his first completion here the second half. Tumbleson, been a workhorse so far for them. He's got the catch down to about the 19.
Nice little roll out there, a flood pattern into the boundary, actually, and a nice little safe toss and catch, and you know, it feels like, we're at Cub Stadium watching the watching the Cubbies play a football game. This is their blueprint for success, and they're milking the clock, and they are playing efficient football. But the North squad defense has got to make a play here if they want to get this ball back.
Fourth down, Snyder trapped, nowhere to go. He is going to be dropped in the backfield. Jacob Eldridge from Shelby making the play.
Jacob Eldridge has been in the backfield all night for the North squad. He has been making plays all game long. Great tackle for loss by the big kid from Shelby.
Jake Bever as well made that play all happen, breaking into the backfield. Some love to Nate Barrett as well, who's been doing some nice things from his linebacker position. And a break here for the North squad. Got the football back. About 5 minutes left here in this third quarter.
Looks like Coon's back in at quarterback.
And Ross on first down, little play action. Pump fake to the near sideline. He's rolling. You see Ross with the wheels. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Great catch there on the near side by Kenyon Cathy. We'll see if it stands. And here's another look. Excellent, excellent catch. And I was mentioning, how about the play of Nate Barrett here of late? Our Travis Berardi has him right now.
I'm here with Madison's Nate Barrett, linebacker for the North squad. Big stop you guys just had.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was really key right there.
You know, looks like you're starting to drive here, although I think a penalty is going to call it back, but you're only down 7, 4:52 left in the third quarter. A lot of time left. You scored on this team. What do you need to do to get down here and even things up?
We just need to get, as far as offense goes, we just need to get back into our rhythm like we did in the first half. And defensively, we just need to keep what we're doing.
out there, you know, stick to the adjustments that we made at halftime.
All right, real quick, rock, paper, scissors me, right? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah!
There you go. Back to you guys.
All right, so Nate Barrett winning on the sideline and in the game. A true all-star in every sense of the word as we get a look at a lateral, and it's going to work out. Dillo on the back end of it, and he's got the yardage needed out across the 40 for a first down as a flag flies from the far sideline. I think it's going to be against the South.
Well, it has officially gotten chippy down there, Brian, and I think, you know, the physicality of the game has started to wear this nice little hook and lateral. They're executed to perfection for the big game. It looks like it may come back, though.
And the gentleman who just had the big sack there to get the North the ball back is down on the sideline with Travis. Let's throw it down to him and Jacob Eldridge.
I'm here with Shelby's Jacob Eldridge. You had the big fourth down stop. It looked like the South was driving to make this a two-score game. They go for it on fourth down. What was your mindset in there?
Well, I just knew I shouldn't give up on the play, and Coach during halftime told me to keep going and going, and that's what I did and got sacked.
And it's turning into some offense right now. You guys are moving. You just got a penalty. Never mind, we got an ejection on the North squad. But anyway, that big stop, it keeps it a one-possession game. You have possession right now with 4:30 left. What do you guys need to do to get in the end zone right here, tied up?
We just need to keep doing what we're doing, drive down the field, and get that touchdown.
All right, send it back up to the boys to talk about what happened.
Well, I think what just happened there was that Jake Bever of Ashland just got ejected from the game.
Yeah, and I think, like we said, Brian, I saw some physical play, even possibly a couple fists thrown in that area. And, you know, you hate to see that because, you know, it is about fun and letting these kids play. And I know, you know, you can't let the emotional part of it get to you. But you do want to win, but you do have to control your emotions a little bit. And that's just bad to see on both sides.
And it gives away a lot of the yardage that they just picked up on the North with that hook and lateral. Get some of it back right here, though, on the end around. Jaden Jones getting out near or across the 30-yard line.
Great defensive play by Alexander Harkness. Now watch him step up. He steps inside, takes a bad step, sheds the block, and still makes the play here. Great play by him defensively. He stops what could have been a really big play.
The Lexington product, an awesome athlete. Remember, I went to open gym with him one night when he was just like a freshman, and God, he blocked one of my shots so bad that I had to learn his name, and he's turned out to be a heck of an athlete.
Yes,
so I don't feel so bad now.
Right, he absolutely has.
Hindsight, baby. So Kuhn throws it out. He's got the completion. Not a lot there, though, as the Kentucky Waterfall Ferris drug down almost immediately.
Like I said, after a while, you know, there's only so many plays you can run. You run a hitch play, you run a couple combination routes, the defense gets locked in, and now as a coaching staff, you got to get a bit more creative in what you do because the defense now has pretty much seen your entire playbook. So now it's about execution and your offensive lineman coming off the ball and creating some space.
Kuhn with the fake. Lowered the shoulder a little bit there. Picked up a couple extra yards out across the 40-yard line. First down here for the North. And starting to generate a little bit of momentum in their favor.
Right, and I think it's excellent when you have a quarterback like Kuhn with such athleticism that even whatever play you call, if you got a pass play called and it doesn't open up, he can go get that first down with his legs. And, you know, that's what makes this kid so special as a quarterback. He's got great arm strength, but also a great athlete.
Kuhn from the gun, got a pair of arrows flanking him. Now he steps up, gonna throw, tipped, and incomplete, trying to connect with Ethan Hartley. A couple of fans over here in the North cheering section wanted a flag. What say you, Effie?
Well, I think it's solid defense by Alex Harkness. I know he was there. It was a bang-bang play, but, you know, in those type of situations, I think Kuhn threw it up and wanted to have his receiver make a play. But I think Harkness played the ball a little bit better than the receiver that time. But how about Harkness, a guy who's stuffed the run on a couple plays ago? Now he's playing in the secondary, breaking up pass plays. So once again, showing his athleticism as part of this special group of athletes out here.
2nd down and 10 now, as the North switching up their look. And throw it to the lone receiver here on the near side. It was Phillips. He doesn't drop many. So a bit of a break here for the South, as if he would have caught that one, the only thing in between him and Pater was Cooper Graham, who's got some speed, but I don't think he's got Ethan Phillips' speed.
Right. You know, Phillips the type of player, if he gets his hands on the football, you know, you just want to get the ball in his hands somehow. He's the type of player you want to get it to him if you have to throw it to him or pitch it to him or hand it to him. You want to get his hands on the football because he's a special guy that can, you know, take it to the house from wherever he is on the field. But just a bit out of his reach that time.
Had 1,500 all-purpose yards as a senior, 835 of those coming in the receiving game. And remember, it was a shortened season, folks. Big-time playmaker for the Norwalk Truckers. And here's Graham coming up, forcing Kuhn into a limited gain. So maybe Cooper Graham does have the speed to keep up.
Absolutely. That is a great tackle. It's a great tackle.
Well, that's a good-sized human, too.
Yes,
6'2", 230 pounds, a steal out of River Valley, who had a pretty nice season themselves. A little up and down, but definitely had some shining moments. Remember, covered a nice win of theirs right here at the Colt Corral last season. And there is a beautiful view of the landscape here, and just an amazing, amazing town. Took the back way to get here through Butler today, and it's just a pretty scenic drive, Effie. Ashton Lyons knows all about it, growing up in the Valley, and he has made some plays in the return game tonight, setting up his team again with some solid field position, returning out to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, it's a big-time play there on the return. He, again, makes a couple moves early. If you can make a couple guys miss early, you're going to have a big play, and a nice cut right there. And Ashton Lyon showing the speed and vision. And once again, a nice tackle by Jackson Harris, who has been really defensively all over this field tonight.
Well, we are handing out an offensive and defensive MVP award tonight, so keep that in the memory bank, of course, thinking about plays like what we just saw there from Jackson. And we're going to go ahead now and throw it down to the bleachers. Looks like Travis taking a seat with Coach Haverdale of Crestview.
Here with Crestview, Coach Haverdale. Ross, lighting it up right now on the field. How do you think he's doing?
He's doing well. I mean, considering he hasn't touched the football since October, November. So, but he's doing well. You know, different offense and learning that stuff on the fly. And you know, he's got a lot of talent to throw to. So he's doing pretty well with his throws, and he's running the ball a little well too. So,
it's got to be a nice sight seeing a packed house for the first time in over a year and a half. Just thoughts on the nice crowd tonight?
It is nice. I mean, you know, this is what it should be like. I mean, this is nice, and with the mandates down, I think you're going to see big crowds. So, you know, we're excited to get this season going, just to get the crowds back out there and get high school football back the way it should be.
Finally, Coach is a fan of the OH Report. He's watched the videos that we put out the last couple days. First, your thoughts on G-Man against Bowman yesterday?
No comment. I mean, I thought against Gross he looked pretty good, but the other day he's slacking in the feet department there.
Also, what about Brian Skowronski's kicking performance?
Obviously, he said when he was working on it, and then he said he didn't. It showed.
All right. I'm not going to ask you about me because I already know it was all right, but not good.
Well, it wasn't bad, though. Yeah, it was all right.
Wasn't expecting that.
Kicker, you're all right.
I appreciate it, Coach. Well, I'll let you continue to watch the game, and hopefully Ross gets a big play, get them back into this.
Absolutely. I see him at corner now, so maybe you can get a pick here.
All right, back to you guys.
That's right. Appreciate Coach noticing my great kick skills. Right. And real recognize real. And yeah, I see Ross is out there lined up at corner. And for all the accolades that are received as a quarterback, and rightfully so, he also was the Firelands Conference Defensive Back of the Year. So he can play a little bit of defense too, Effie.
Right. And, just another one of those kids that are able to control the game on all ends. And we talked about Tedro on the other side on the South squad, just being a do-it-all type of player, and Ross Kuhn is also that type of athlete. And that's the thing about, small school football is really – that's what it's all about. You don't always have the numbers to play two platoons, so your kids – you got to max out your kids on Friday night. And a lot of these coaches have done a great job of putting their best athletes on the field.
And speaking of great athletes, that was a little foreshadow there. We did a competition last night. That gentleman right there, Garrett Parlett, went toe-to-toe with Blaine Bowman, All-Ohio wide receiver from Shelby. And I think that Bowman's going to be showing up in Garrett's nightmares for weeks to come. My favorite part about the entire thing is, as this one gets picked off, what an athletic play from Kathy to turn around, see the ball, and bring it in. A flag flies in late. But real quickly to finish my story, Bowman did some work on the field. We went to go, lick Garrett's wounds a little bit at Buffalo Wild Wings, and then who comes walking in with his posse again to rub it in? That's right, Blaine Bowman.
Wow.
What an epic night it was for one of them.
Right. Right.
But that video should be dropping soon, so make sure you check that out. But, man, how about Kathy being able to just see that one in?
That was a great pick. Got a flag on the field, but that was a tremendous pick. He played that ball very well. I think they're going to get him for what looks like an unsportsmanlike penalty. I think he threw the football if you watch this replay. But, again, Frank House lets it go, and he plays that ball perfectly.
Wow.
And as you can see him kind of toss the ball in the direction of the offensive player. And, I don't know how to feel about that. It's one of those things where you want them to have fun, but you still want them to have some sportsmanship. And as the officials can't let just everything go because this thing could get out of control. So I get it. I get it with that. But it doesn't it doesn't take away, that was an awesome pick. And the North still does get to retain possession. So they just had to mark off 15 yards. But as we look at it one more time, that is an over-the-shoulder catch by a defensive back. That's a great play.
Might have just vaulted him right into the conversation for defensive MVPs. Had a couple of pass breakups as well here tonight. So we'll see what the North is able to do with it. No points here in the third quarter. Looking for Kuhn. It's nearly intercepted. Caden Morris with the defensive coverage. And Ross, he's got the speed.
Right.
If Brady could have just threw about 10 more yards under that, could have been 6.
Well, what we're seeing right now as the game starts to open up a bit, is great defensive back play. You're seeing some DBs make some really good plays on the ball. And as we know, Kuhn's such a great athlete, he can just go up and get the football. But, they played that well. Number 22, Caden Morris, broke that pass play up and done a really good job of staying in great position against the bigger wide receiver.
This will be the final play now of the third quarter, a scoreless third quarter after we got so many fireworks in the second. And it's going to be Brady. Nearly intercepted again. That time jumping the route was Lane Harper of Lucas. And that'll take us into money time. Fourth quarter action on the way here from Clear Fork. Make sure you stick around.
If you've got a tree problem, you need Specialty Tree and Bucket Service. Spring is on the way. Beat the rush and get started today. Call 419-651-6233 or visit specialtytreeohio.com for a free estimate.
James One Incorporated provides game-changing professional development and training sessions. We specialize in a wide range of topics, including cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of substance abuse, improving company or school culture, and many more. Perfect for the businesses looking to enhance customer service or schools looking for innovative workshops for staff and students. Check us out online at james1inc.com or call to schedule an appointment today.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Madison sports in general, you got a son playing sports, you got a daughter playing sports. Madison, pretty good year all around in sports.
It really was, and I think it's a good testament to our coaches, to our kids, to our parents. I mean, the Madison community is a really loyal, community, and I think it's a testament to all of them. Ram Pride.
And finally, the weather avoided us. It's been a pretty nice night. COVID restrictions are gone. Nice crowd. Just doesn't it feel good to just get back out here to a regular atmosphere for high school sports?
It does. It's almost like a blessing. You see all the people, and you hear all the fans, and you hear the kids. It's good to be back.
All right, thank you, Robin. And they're giving you some compliments out there on the field, but Jake Furr, she's coming for your job, so you might want to watch out, bud. But anyway, I'm going to send it back up to you, Ski and Effie.
All right, so it looks like the new head sports reporter for the News Journal, Robin Barrett. Congratulations on your new position, and congratulations on raising a couple of great kids. Nate really is a joy. He's been a phenomenal athlete to watch, and like she mentioned, going to be wrestling at the next level at AU. So the kid really kind of does it all. So does Dustin Brady, as you see him shake loose here. Running in, though, to Cooper Graham, who brought him out of bounds. But the North squad into enemy territory, all kind of set up by the kid who got him the ball back. Kenyon Cathy had that big catch.
Right, nice catch over the middle for Cathy and able to get them out in great field position. And the North squad is rolling here. It looks like they're trying to get some rhythm back offensively.
Well, we didn't see much of any offense in that third quarter. A lot of other things, some personal fouls and ejection. We saw a sweet pick, but no points dropped on the board. So we'll see what we get here in quarter number 4. North off to a great start. Brady, play action here on third down. Rolling near side. And what a big stick. Ashton Lyons breaking it up. Whew.
Ashton Lyon, again, he played that well. He read the eyes and came up and put his helmet right on the football. Nice defensive play. We have seen for an all-star game setup, we have seen some great defensive plays on both sides of the football.
We've seen some great hair, too. I think Ashton may boast the best locks on the team. We asked his teammate at practice, Chase Walker, if he thought he had the best hair, and he turned and he's like, nah, I think my guy from Clear Fork might have me beat. So shout out to Ashton for that. 4th down, going up top to Kathy. Did he do it again? I think he did. What a quarter and a run right now for Kenyon Kathy from New London.
Wow.
Feed me, he says, Effie.
Now this is an awesome catch. Again, stretches out. This is a fingertip grab, a perfect throw. That is the way you throw the corner route, and great execution and a awesome catch by Kathy.
And getting the crowd fired up too, so he's getting it done in every facet of the game right now.
Absolutely.
Got him set up just outside the red zone. 1st down from the 21-yard line. Winford QB turns and fakes. See the speed to catch the edge. Royals fans are pretty accustomed to seeing that. What unbelievable stats by Dustin Brady this year, if I didn't already mention them. 2,300 yards through the air, 27 touchdowns. Both of those, of course, led the N10. He completed 62% of his throws as well, 136 completions on the season in 10 games.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Not bad.
I think those are better numbers than my career numbers.
Yeah. Than a lot of guys' careers.
Right.
And I didn't even write down his rushing numbers. Forgot to look those up, but I think he was the 2nd best rusher on the squad as well. As there's Ramey in between the tackles. And he did lose the ball, but the officials say that he was down first as they'll move the chains. And actually, they'll just throw him down because it's going to be 1st and goal now from the 7 for the North, looking to tie things up.
Well, how about that? After almost a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter, we played in between the 20s, and now we've got the South squad or the North squad here knocking on the door, putting some more points on the board.
Yeah, I got the South on their heels right now as they bring Phillips in motion here to the near side. He's got one-on-one coverage locked up with Jalen Scott. We'll see if they go that way. Instead, it's going to be tipped up, nearly picked off. Wow, it was right in the hands of Graham. He couldn't bring it in, though. And that was a dangerous pass. There was about 4 defenders all around Jones.
Well, Ashton Lyon lays a lick on Jones.
And that's the 2nd time that he's hit Jones like that.
Right. That he lays a lick on him. And, again, that's one of those you go back to your quarterback and, put your shoulders up like you don't like me.
Yeah, what'd I do to you,
What'd
bro?
I do to you?
Jeez, just getting to know you.
I mean, we exchanged decals and everything. I thought we were cool.
Yeah, a little 26-on-26 crime here a couple times here in this 4th quarter. Jones gets smoked again. Sets up 2nd down. Goal now from the 7-yard line. Brady looked like he was keeping all the way. And everything just kind of got suffocated there in the middle. Only picked up 2.
Well, I think Tristan Cross is in there playing defensively, and he stepped in, made a really nice play, shed his block, and got in there in the backfield before the running back could get going. So, this is a big stop for the South defense. They want to maintain this lead.
3rd down, they spread them out 4 wide, 2 to each side. Brady looking left all the way across the middle. Cannot hook up with Jones, the intended target. So now it's going to be 4th down, and you imagine you got to go for it here if you're the North. Offense will stay out on the field. And they've got Ross Kuhn out there in the mix, playing wide out. Tallest player listed out on the field right now is 6'5", so might consider getting the Cougar in the mix here.
This is an area of the field where you like when you've got a quarterback as athletic as Dustin Brady. You want to get him on the move where he has an option to run or throw.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field taken by the North squad, but yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think you got to get him outside the pocket where he's most comfortable, try to move him more than likely to his right. Get a few different options going on, and just hope that your all-conference QB can make the play necessary.
Right, and these guys are, they understand what it means. It's about when you're outside the red zone, it's really about a lot of execution. But down here inside the 10, it's about making a play. And you got this quarterback and actually two quarterbacks on the north side that understand what it means to make a play either with their arm or with their legs. And they've got the offensive line that can come off the ball and create space from the offensive line standpoint. But it's about making plays here. No, it doesn't matter what the play call is. Right now the coach is telling them, even though he may be calling a play, but at the end he's saying make a play. Whoever this ball goes to, just make a play. It won't be a perfect play call. It's about who's going to step up and make a play here in this goal line situation, essentially.
Looks like they're going to put both Kuhn and Dustin Brady in the backfield together. They're going to motion Dustin out to the left. Here's Ross. Hasn't been in that QB for a while. Throws a nice stiff. Now airs it out to the end zone. Incomplete. Phillips seems to be really upset about something. Not sure if he's angry at Kuhn or angry at the officials, but.
Well, let's take a look. He's open in the corner of the end zone.
Oh.
But he doesn't know his quarterback is under extreme duress.
Sure.
And being a quarterback, you always get that, like, I was open. I'm like, yeah, it'd been nice if I could see. But it's, again, but that's, even though it didn't work out, that's what you need. You need to try to extend the play. And, initially the initial play broke down, and he tried to make a play with his legs.
So Phillips a little bit disgruntled there, not getting the open target he felt he deserved. And would have tied up the game if Ross could have seen him, of course, but a little bit easier said than done when them big hog mollies coming down on you, right?
Well, and it also shows, this part of the game, like Kirk Conrad talked about earlier, it's winning time. And, maybe early in the game he's not as fired up about that, but right now, they're trying to win this football game. And, emotions run a little bit high, and I think at the end of the day, they want their defense to step up. They'll get another opportunity here.
Doesn't it seem like about a week ago that we were talking about this thing being a shootout?
Right.
And now all of a sudden it's a 7-point advantage right now for the South. And when Scott Spittler is your coach, it feels like a whole lot more.
Right. Yeah, it just seems like been a whole day since you were talking about the scenery and you were using all your artistic views about what it looks like. Now it's just a night sky playing some football.
All right, as Ethan Snyder takes a carry for a couple, his teammate, Jalen Scott, joining Travis Berardi right now.
Here with Ontario's Jalen Scott of the South squad. First and goal from the 5 for the North.
Exactly.
You guys, 4 big stops to take me through that sequence to keep the lead.
So we were in man-to-man. We were just going meet to meet. We had Caden over here. We had Cooper Graham. Cooper Graham, turn around. We had him filling holes. We were just standing our man. We were just being the bigger person at this point because they're little. So you got to go meet to meet and just got to get them. You just got to get them. We just had to stay on our man, do our job, and they wasn't getting that goal. So we just was we were just the better team. How about that?
All right, one more question before I know you have a question for one of your buddies. But what's it going to take, final 5:45, to hold on for the victory?
It's going to take a meet. I'm just playing. It's going to take us to stay together, stay here. We're going to have Cooper over here still filling these holes. Come here, Coop. Come on, get in this. Come here. We got to have Coop filling the holes like you've been doing. Coop, let me ask you something. Tell them what you've been out here doing on defense.
Filling holes is all we can do.
And what we call that? We call that what?
Call meet to meet.
Meet, and I do the dance. Meet to meet. That's all we have to do. And we have to stay meet to meet.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm just going to send it back to you. That was perfect.
I don't know if perfect really comes to mind, but hey, when Jalen Scott grabs the mic, something electric definitely happens, and evidently this time it's meet the meet, baby, right?
That kid is made for the stage, I'm going to tell you right now.
No question about it. Anytime you go for an interview when they grab the mic out your hand, Effie,
right.
You know that you're in for something good.
You built for the lights, man, that's for sure. That is for sure.
Flag down on the field here on a 1st and 10 play. Don't really have the slightest inkling what this is, but the North seems to be backing up a little bit. I think they can sense it's against them.
Boy, this got to be a record for official meetings in an all-star game. I think we've had a lot of those.
Yeah, they're a little out of practice too, of
Right.
course, so just trying to make sure they get it right. And actually, this is going to go against the South. It's going to be a holding call, so they'll back up inside of their own 10-yard line. Well, offsetting penalties. Maybe did I speak too soon? Not sure what that was.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit rusty on his mechanics, and it's all right. It's an all-star game for everybody. But I think we're going to have offsetting penalties here at the end of this.
So holding against the South, offset by a dead ball personal foul on the North. So we'll do 1st down all over again. And the North squad, of course, now in desperate need here of getting a stop, getting off the field. But it's not going to be easy when you're going against a team coached by Scott Spittler, as I mentioned, and then he's got his own guys, first-team All-Ohioan Tucker Nolan up front laying some blocks, along with Camden Webb, a multiple-year starter during the best stretch in Cub history. You know, they got some good big kids up front. I think that's kind of where this game is going to be decided here over these last 5 minutes is, are they able to move back the kids for the North enough to keep picking up these 1st downs, because I almost guarantee they're going to keep running it.
Right, and Coach Spittler and his staff have mastered the art of closing games and these one-score games and having possession of the football, understanding time of possession, working the clock, and they have absolutely mastered that over the years. So the North's got to make a big play if they want to get this ball back.
Snyder faked right, went left. Stopped after a minimal gain. Tonight's offensive player of the game, which we'll have to decide here in the next several minutes, will be presented by Bo Lacey Construction. So a big thank you to them. Tonight's defensive MVP presented by Sutton Bank. So I'm starting to make a little mental list here, Effie, of who's been standing out. I think no clear-cut favorites, though, in my mind at this point.
Yeah, a lot of guys have made some big plays and had some nice moments in this game for sure.
Nice little misdirection. Ending in the hands of Ethan Sauter, and the Cub moves it forward for just enough. Got the 3 yards they needed to move the chains.
Well, I think the North squad's going to have to start thinking about burning some timeouts here as this time winds down, and Spittler, the master of the clock management, has his team primed to run this clock down. I think the North's going to end up having to burn their timeouts defensively.
Here's a quick toss out, just about the same as a handoff, and it's going to be Sauter again. So the Cub being utilized on back-to-back plays. He's got 6 more yards here. Clock starting to melt away, inching closer to 3 minutes. In the South, and no rush to get up to the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely not.
Tedrow comes in motion. Snyder looking that way, throwing that way, and underthrew him. So a mistake here as the clock will come to a stop, and it brings up 3rd down.
Surprising, very surprising. But, you know, if you're going to throw the ball, that's one of the, you know, kind of a toss and catch type of deal. It's a safe throw. if you get it out there, he'll be able to catch it, and even if he doesn't get the first down, the clock still runs. So the only thing bad about that play call is that it stops the clock, obviously.
So a key play here coming up. Can the North defense get off the field with a stop? South needs 4 yards. Snyder fighting for extras, but he could not churn forward quite enough. Got about halfway there.
Interesting call here on 4th down. 4th and short. Do you want to give them a short field if you don't get this, or do you punt it away, or do you do it the Spittler way, which is not even think about it and keep your offense on the field?
They're going to come up under center here. Snyder with the hard count. Nearly got the North to jump again. He did earlier in the game as well. I believe in another key 4th down situation. But we'll get a 2-minute warning here.
No, I think the South squad called a timeout.
Just conveniently right at 2 minutes to confuse me, Effie?
Right. Maybe.
Dig it. Okay.
Maybe.
Got to keep me on my toes up here in the announcer booth, too. So it's just over a yard here that they need to pick up the first down. It's going to be an interesting call, but it appears as though the Lucas coaching staff more than willing to keep the offense out there.
Sure.
They got to like what they've seen from their offensive line here in this second half.
Right, and with the size they have in the backfield, and Tristan Cross, and the success they've had running the football in terms of just positive plays, you gotta believe they can get a yard. But the North defense has been stout. They've also had plays where they've gotten into the backfield tonight. So this will be an interesting play call, an interesting play for both sides.
The offense is out on the field
How about
here.
that?
So the South from their own 35.5-yard line. Got Tedrow in the backfield. Lined up next to Ethan Wallace. He runs right in behind him and falls forward, and very fittingly, Brady Tedrow on his own field picks up what might be the biggest first down of the game.
Right. Brady Tedrow just was not going to be denied getting that first down. He hit that hole very hard.
And it looks like our own Travis Berardi's not going to be denied. He's running to the concession stand. I've never seen him move that fast. They got a special on hot dogs, Effie? I didn't hear about.
Travis, my guy, my guy.
Wow. Top end speed right there. So just a minute and a half to go. Tedrow again gets the call. And the North squad starting to run out of opportunities here. Just one timeout left. And it does look like they're going to use Brady Tedrow to close things out here from the quarterback position.
Either way, I think, this has been a fun ball game for both teams, really competitive and essentially all the way down to the wire as we see the South squad keeping it on the ground. But it has been a really competitive ball game, and both teams have played hard, done things well, and represented their schools very well tonight.
That was Ethan Wallace with the carry on that last play. And it's third down. The North not calling their timeout.
They're going to let it run. Take it home, I guess.
And that is going to do it, folks. Ethan Snyder on the final play secures the 6th consecutive victory for the South squad. They continue their dominance in a game that saw fireworks at times in the first half. No points here in the second. A real defensive battle and struggle.
Fun ball game, competitive ball game. Both teams really played hard. A lot of talent, as you could tell by the score. It was, this wasn't a case where one team was just outmatched by the other or anything like that. It was just a very well played game and actually a very well coached game, I thought, by both coaching staffs. Played to their strengths of their team. So entertaining and really good ball game tonight.
And we've still got a lot of post-game coverage coming up after the break. We'll step away. When we return, we will have an offensive and defensive MVP interview lined up. Keep it here. Live and free coverage returns on the OH Report from the NCO All-Star Football Game.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
James One Incorporated provides game-changing professional development and training sessions. We specialize in a wide range of topics, including cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of substance abuse, improving company or school culture, and many more. Perfect for the businesses looking to enhance customer service or schools looking for innovative workshops for staff and students. Check us out online at james1inc.com or call to schedule an appointment today.
If you've got a tree problem, you need Specialty Tree and Bucket Service. Spring is on the way. Beat the rush and get started today. Call 419-651-6233 or visit specialtytreeohio.com for a free estimate.
Welcome back to the Colt Corral here at Clear Fork High School, where if you just watched the game, you know it was 21-14, the South Side enjoying yet another victory, their 6th in a row here in this NCO rivalry. And Brian Skowronski, Effie James with you here on the call. And, you know, it was a game that it at least featured a little bit of everything. It was super exciting and explosive there in the beginning, and then in the second half it became, you know, more physical and a little bit different brand of football. And in the end, just the right team had the ball at the end with the right coaching staff, and they knew what to do with it.
Right. It was about physicality, it was about execution, and then at the end it was about strategy. And I think strategy is what brought this thing home for the South squad this year.
And we have debated back and forth, and it was a really, really tough pick for us to come up with our offensive and defensive MVPs. But we have got both of our winners, and one of them right now, standing by right now with Travis Berardi. We will throw it down to him right now.
Here with our Sutton Bank Defensive Player of the Game, Ashton Lyon from Clear Fork. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You actually got the Special Teams Award for the game as well, which is pretty cool. But defensively, you're pretty locked in tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Just take me through the game. Take me through. You guys got a big stop, especially late in the fourth quarter. Just take me through all that defensive play you guys made tonight.
We knew, like, right off the bat, they're going to try to go deep. They have that really nice, tall quarterback, the number 10 kid. I'm pretty sure he's from Ashland or Crawford. We knew that he had an arm on him, and all those little quick receivers they had. We just had to lock down the DBs and just get the job done.
Being able to play on the home turf one final time, how's that feel?
It's pretty special. I didn't feel like I had the satisfaction I needed, but I think I got it now.
And finally, just how's it feel to play for Coach Spittler? You know, a little bit of a rival, a couple miles up the road, but how'd it feel to play for him for a week?
It was fun. I was going down there not knowing how it was going to go because the rivalry between Clear Fork and Lucas, but it was a great experience. I'm never going to forget it.
All right, well, Ashton Lyon, congratulations. Our Sutton Bank Defensive Player of the Game. Send it back up to you, Brian.
All right, thank you, Travis. And Ashton, I think, was a little bit easier pick for us on the defensive side than the offensive side, just because he did a little bit of everything. I think he had, you know, 2 out of the 3 biggest hits of the night outside of that Cooper Graham one where he flat out leveled the quarterback. And did some nice things in the special teams game too. Plus playing at home, Effie, it just felt like it was all just working in one big stew.
Yeah, he played well. He was physical. He was around the football and just a really good football all year long. He was a really good football player for the Colts. So it's fitting that he played well in his last game here at Clear Fork.
And I think our offensive MVP, super fitting as well, considered what we saw in the second half and how the game actually was won at the end of the day. And typically, Effie, you don't see this type of thing. It's the quarterbacks and the running backs and those flashy receivers that always get the accolades and get the awards. But tonight, we're going a little bit differently. We'll now throw it down to Travis, who has our offensive MVP.
Back with our offensive player of the game, Camden Webb, the center from Lucas, the victorious South squad. You were the mainstay of that offensive line. You guys were able to get just enough. Just take me through how it felt to be in the trenches one final time.
It felt really good. Obviously, that's where I want to be at. That's where everybody should want to be at. It felt good to get there, have some big boys, push them around, and get a win.
You know, you guys are going back and forth to start, but then it looked like your line took over in the second half. You got that 21st point, give you guys the lead, got the 2-point conversion, and then you held on from there. But just what changed in the second half that allowed you guys to shut them down?
We want to just come out and put it down their throats. Lucas football, we're not all from Lucas, but Lucas football, put it down their throats. That's how we do it.
Speaking of that, how did it feel to play for Coach Spittler one final game?
It felt really good. Obviously, sitting over with him at the sideline, making fun of me like usual, told me I can't get any cheeseburgers, that type of stuff. But felt good coming back out one more time.
Well, you are our Bo Lacey player of the game, so I present you with a $25 Amazon gift card. Get all those frozen cheeseburgers you want. And then a Bo Lacey t-shirt. So here you go. Congratulations, our offensive player of the game, presented by Bo Lacey.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back up to you guys to wrap things up.
Thank you so much. much, Travis. And, you know, kind of the irony of giving the T-shirt to the big boy is the Bo Lacey people said, what size? And I was like, well, it's probably going to go to a skill kid. How about a large? All that thing is going to be to him as a headband.
Right.
Or, you know, I don't know, maybe something to wash his dishes at the end of the day after he has a couple of plates. But, you know, I think that's a little bit controversial, at least to you, Effie, but I really thought that Camden Webb playing center, was in there the entire night, banging against a really big North squad front. I thought he was pretty deserving.
No, I get that. And I think that the way, like you said, the way the game ended, it was really on the offensive line. They end up closing the game. They ran the clock. They got the first downs when they needed them to put this game away and really just run the clock. The clock is what won the game, and the offensive line is what controls the clock. So, and having the center as the offensive MVP, that's the OH report way anyway. So it was a good pick, and I think he done a great job along with that entire team to secure this win. Got off to a slow start, but they really picked it up and played well in the end.
And in the end, it was another victory for the South squad. They are victorious tonight, 21-14 over the North. So the reign continues for the South here at Clear Fork High School on what turned out to be a fabulous night for high school football. All these senior athletes showcased themselves in a great fashion. Overall, tonight was a great success. Fans in the stands. It all just turned out to be a great night, Effie, and I'm glad that we could be a part of it.
No question. No question.
All right, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from the Clear Fork Valley, where, as mentioned, the South squad, they're going to go to bed tonight winners yet again and continue their dominance here in the NCO All-Star Football Classic. I'd like to thank our entire staff for making tonight's game possible. Our up-top cam was Jory Hollenbeck. We had Storm Blunchley working the sidelines, and then the camera up top for us. Down on the field, we had Travis Berardi along with Garrett Parlett. Our maestro, Adam Thompson, bringing you all the awesome graphics and switching. My name is Brian Skowronski for Effie James. Wishing you a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you, well, I don't know. Not sure what's next for us, but I'm sure we'll catch you somewhere. Bye for now.